Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Look at that.
It's Monday.
Everyone have a nice weekend, I hope.
I don't know if it was a nice weekend. I had to babysit for 2 days.
Well, now, this is where you get in trouble.
I babysat for 2 days.
With the Twitter people and everything. They say...
The Twitter people?
They say you're not babysitting. It's your kid, you're not babysitting.
Parents understand. If you're a parent, you understand. Sometimes you're a father, and sometimes you're just watching the clock and babysitting. I had both kids for the whole weekend.
How'd that work out for you?
It was all right. I don't have any real stories, to be honest with you.
Get any sleep?
Not really.
No, huh?
Not really. Because the young one still gets up a few times during the night.
Oh, just go to sleep.
And I don't have the titty.
You don't have the titty?
I don't have the titty. But she's in the middle of, like, breastfeeding and bottles. So I took the bottle, and at one point it was kind of weird. I had to kind of, cradle her like this and then kind of put the bottle like it might be a titty.
How do they know where you're putting it? It's just like...
It must be the position she's used to. So I was able to trick her.
Yeah.
And then she drank the milk and crashed and blah, blah, blah.
Did you say April Fouls?
No April Fouls.
You can't judge her for making that mistake. You know, even in adulthood, people make gender errors at times. It's certainly understandable how the youngster would be confused.
Then I waited all day for the Jets game. That was my one excitement for the weekend.
Yeah.
And they got fucking blown out.
Oh, is that what happened?
You didn't watch.
I didn't watch.
They're your team, I thought.
I wasn't bleeding jet screen this weekend.
No.
49-9,
I guess, was the final. I gave up at halftime. I knew this was a bust. Jets are having a schizo year. Win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one.
Did the Giants play?
Now? Yeah, Giants beat the Eagles.
Oh, they finally won.
I think they got 2 wins in a row now, the Giants. So they're making a run at mediocrity.
Good for them.
And then I just was telling you, and we should talk about it on the air a little bit, I saw that damn fucking HBO documentary, Life According to Sam, because of you.
Oh yeah, the little progeria kids.
And we've had our fun with the progeria thing over the years.
Well, we sure have, because I'm just a regular kid.
That's pretty much it.
The Sam kid, my God.
It was pretty good documentary.
Yeah, I had some tears.
Pretty amazing. You're watching, you're just like, oh man, and it's the old typical thing that everybody says. You bitch about things in your life and you don't realize how good you have it. And you see this fucking kid who's, his life expectancy is like a mayfly.
12 or 13.
Yeah. And he's all fucked up. He's got arthritis and cardiovascular problems, all kinds of shit that goes along with old age.
Not a hint of a hair on his head.
Oh my God, a nose like a fucking eagle's beak.
Giant noses on the progeria kids.
Oh, it's amazing.
Proving that, that shit continues growing your entire life.
And then, and he's totally fucking cool with it. He's
a cool kid. I was telling Anthony, we bitching and complain about the PC shit. But the PC stuff does help in some ways.
Yeah.
They showed the kid, Sam, at his school, walking the hallways. Everyone's high-fiving him, saying, hey, Sam.
Yeah.
And, of course, the documentary cameras are filming, so you're going to be a little cooler. But you could kind of read between the lines and realize that he's completely accepted at school.
Yeah.
And if we had a progeria kid when we were growing up, he would not be accepted.
You don't think so, huh?
No.
Yeah, it would have been weird.
So I like that type of thing, I guess, has changed a bit.
Yeah.
And then he's like rattling off all his friends that have died because basically he knows every progeria kid in the world.
Of course.
It's kind of like
250 of them or something.
It's kind of like if you drive a black SUV, you know all the other black SUVs. I got to wave to this guy because he has the same car as me. And progeria is the same way. If you got it, I guess you got to know every progeria kid in the world.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is 250. There's only 250 progeria kids in the world. And then, you were talking about this documentary last week, and I quickly had to watch it because I some of the stuff you said now I want to discuss really fast.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you not give the drug to every single kid?
I know, isn't it?
I know they have their rules and stuff, but you're talking about 250 kids where it's guaranteed they're going to die by, I want to say 20, but that would be amazing.
Top end. Yeah.
Most of them are going to die at 15 years old.
Yeah.
Even 15 would be amazing.
Yeah.
So what do they have to lose, especially if the parents are willing to sign away their rights?
Yeah, it really is an exceptional circumstance that they should take into consideration. but they treat it like every other drug that has to go through all the motions and the process, which takes years. And
you got to get your paper published.
Yes, you got to get your paper published. It's such a weird thing.
And they might deny your paper, and that means it could be over. But this mom was not going to take no for an answer.
And there's a protocol of test subjects that have to take placebos.
Right.
And you would do that if it's an illness that people have time for.
Right.
But they don't have time.
Yeah, this mom's like, look, I'm in charge of this whole thing. I can't do the placebo.
Yeah.
I can't have. I think it was 16 in the trial.
Yeah.
16 kids. I can't have a few of these kids with the placebo.
Choose 8 kids that you're just pretty much sentencing.
Was it
to
half
death
and half the placebo thing?
I'm pretty sure they do half and half with the placebo. Yeah.
So that was emotional in the movie because she knew that was going to fuck up her paper because usually you need the placebo, and she's like, I can't do the placebo because I really think this one drug that we're testing is going to help in some way.
Yep.
And
it's not a cure, obviously, but it's a viable treatment.
Right. But Sam's a cool kid.
It was good. Yeah.
He's rattling off the names of everyone he's known that has died. He's too young to know that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And at school, helping out other kids and stuff.
Right.
It was just, it's weird because you look at him and you don't know what to make of it because there's been so little information about these little fuckers.
Right.
And then you see him talking about things and you realize it's like, wow, how the fuck do you even get past the fact that you have a disease that 250 people have in the whole world?
And then why would you...
And not just sit there and curse this supposed God.
What I was amazed at is they show him in school trying, and then I don't want to give a lot of the documentary away. I mean, the basic stuff, I guess we can. Wins all sorts of awards at the end of the school year. I'm like, what? I would have just sat there.
Yeah, really.
Especially in the
sit there.
Especially in the classes you have no interest in. Why would you try at that?
Yeah.
Did you say mean things when you felt emotional? I would always do it if I felt emotional. Just say mean, inappropriate things so I don't cry.
God, you little fucking Star Trek alien head kid.
Yeah, just so the tears don't come. You say something awful to
I don't
divert
mind. I don't mind getting a little teary-eyed every once in a while.
I just tighten my nipple clamps. It is weird, though, and you realize, you're like, look, and we've had him on the show a few times, you realize how totally despicable Maury Povich is.
Let's play Maury on this one.
What an awful human being Maury is. I mean, sure, we've had our share of bashing little progeria kids on this show, but we've never gone under the guise of helping or educating people or anything, which is what Maury does when he has them on. But meanwhile, with Maury, it's a fucking hurry.
Oh, it's a sideshow.
Give us your nickels. See the little old man kid.
But then he gives them like a gift certificate for Fridays or something, and then it's okay at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
You and your family are going to eat at Fridays.
You're going to have some stuffed cheese, bacon, potato skins to really clog up your heart.
That's so he can go home and sleep at night.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I love this freaking documentary, Life According to Sam. It's winning all sorts of awards. I guess the kid is doing some promotion. And
he's playing with little Legos.
Just
like fucking our own E-Rock.
I think you gave it away, and I think I just gave it away as well. I was wondering if he was going to be dead at the end of this movie.
I know, yeah.
But you kind of gave that away last week, which was fine. It didn't blow the movie for me at all.
Yeah.
And now he's like 17 years old. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'd have felt really bad. Like, I was waiting for the end of the movie, and I saw they put some text up on the screen at the end to see what happened with some of these other kids and everything. And I was cringing. I'm going, here it comes. It's like, he's celebrating a birthday. Okay, all right. That's pretty good.
And he loves Dave Matthews. I guess I got to fault him for that one.
Yeah.
Out of every band... Yeah, I mean, you got progeria. They're gonna allow you backstage. Why would you pick Dave Matthews? That's the only fault I have with this kid.
He loves Dave Matthews.
And we've done some things with Dave Matthews over the years. He's a good guy, and the bands, they're fine. But I'm thinking, you could be backstage with the Rolling Stones or Paul McCartney. They're not going to say no to you. Especially when you wear a baseball cap.
We should interview him and just scream at him for his bad musical choices.
You suck. He loves Dave Matthews. His father loves Dave Matthews.
And the band was all night. They dedicate a song to him.
Did the one part in the movie where the father was like, I guess I got to admit I'm meeting Dave Matthews because of my son.
Yeah,
but
I
guess at this point I should admit that, I would be okay with never meeting Dave Matthews if my kid was healthy.
Yeah, my progeria kid's a real pussy magnet. Bring him around. He's better than a kitten. Bring him to the store. The chicks start talking to me.
And then the other thing is he plays, baseball. They give him the worst position. Why is he the catcher?
I know, right? Well, they probably want as much padding on him as possible.
I don't know. That seems like a horrendous position to play if you got progeria.
Yeah, how many people steal second? Probably everyone that gets up. And that's the 43rd steal of the inning. They just walk to second.
And the kid breaks 2 ribs on an easy ride at Disney.
Oh, I know. He's like on the Dumbo ride, and he breaks 2 ribs.
So I don't know. This movie was great.
It's so well done.
Great.
It looks good. Like, there's only so much you could do with a documentary as far as the cinematography of it goes. But it really, it looked good. It really shows, and pretty quickly. It's not all that long of a film, and
hour and a half.
It shows pretty quickly what these kids and their parents are about and stuff.
And the mom. Oh my God, the mom especially.
Boy. She really
took on
driven.
Well, if you don't know, Sam's parents are both doctors.
Yeah.
And the mom pretty much blew off what she was doing before this and set up a whole progeria foundation and went all in to try to figure this shit out, to try to, get these kids living a little longer at the very least.
Did you see what a fucking just 1 in a billion shot it is at even getting it? Like how they didn't go in depth into the genetics of the whole thing, but they just gave you enough of an example for you to realize how completely random this is. Yeah.
That's why I'm going to go with it again. Giant microscopes. Blow all that shit up and you'll know exactly what's going on.
You need that
and
shit.
And just pluck that stupid one out.
The size of a big fucking television on your wall where you can look.
Giant. It's got to be giant.
There it is. Suck that fucking thing out.
And then just take that little piece that started that domino effect.
Yeah, that's pretty good one, though. A lot of awards.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, good. From the Academy
Where can you
Awards.
see it?
Huh?
Netflix?
It's on HBO.
I think it's on HBO. HBO has the best.
This thing is everywhere.
Great documentaries on HBO.
Best fucking documentary.
This is being written in every paper is writing about this Life According to Sam. I mean, every single paper. And then when all the kids get together for the trial, and you got like.
Oh yeah,
the Indian version,
which is
the
weird.
The Italian version,
because progeria kids for the most part they look very similar. They got the giant head, the big schnozola, the giant round eyes, and everything. But then there's these little ethnic versions of the progeria kids. So you could see like the Indian kid looked like kind of an Indian kid. And
I want to collect them all.
Yeah,
I want to collect them all.
Collect the whole set.
He didn't play baseball. He was just the umpire. I thought he was catching.
Oh, was he umping?
Didn't it look like he was catching?
It looked like he was catching. Yeah.
Was there another catcher in front of him? Because then there was another ump behind him.
Wasn't a progeria kid.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe I got that part of it wrong. I don't know.
You see the little harness he's got to wear with his drum?
Yeah,
the crazy harness. It's got to distribute weight over his whole fucking skeleton, or something will crack.
Nothing's stopping the kid.
His little fucking collarbones.
Right.
Those tiny little collarbones.
And then I took a suggestion from a listener, because you got to watch Redemption on HBO. Did you watch
Which
Redemption?
One was that?
It's a half hour. It's too short, and it's such an easy movie to make. I mean, nothing against the filmmakers, but it was basically it's all the people in New York that collect cans for a living.
Oh, right. I didn't see that one.
And it's only a half hour, and it could have been done way the fuck better, I think.
Yeah.
It was filmed nicely, though. And they kind of, look into some of the lives of the people that have decided, they need to collect cans to survive.
The bums!
Do they make money?
They make, they make money, I guess. I mean,
how much for a can?
5 cents, I think.
Per can?
Yeah. And they have bags and bags of them, but I don't think it's more than $100 a day, maybe.
If you go to Michigan, they're 10 cents.
Oh, so why wouldn't you should go to Michigan then?
Best cans, though.
Well, it's everything, cans and bottles.
Oh.
So you should load up a fucking truck with the 5-cent deposits and then drive it to Michigan.
Now you're talking.
And you're getting 10 cents on it. if you could figure out the balance between gas and
sure, or do it on a plane
and going
just
to
book a flight and have a few extra little things. It
was all right. You got the Chinese lady that's just a real cocksucker out there. There's an old lady that used to work for like IBM or something and won awards as a salesperson, and now she's collecting cans. Of course, you're gonna get that type of story in a movie like this. And she's on her corner. She's pretty old. And the Chinese lady is just aggressive as all hell.
Oh, really?
And everyone has their territory and their bags. Like, if you've got, if you're the one going into this one fucking garbage, it's yours. Not the Chinese lady's, fuck that shit, and she's yanking
muscles in,
and now the old lady's trying to fight her territory out there with the monsters.
Oh.
But they just touch. There's probably bugs all over these fucking roaches and ants.
We got
all over these cans and bees in the summer. Oh,
we got a couple people in our neighborhood, Jamie. Every week they go out there, but they have it figured out. They got their own bags and they got gloves on, and they just aggressively go through the garbage really, really fast. Yeah. And then they tie the garbage back up so there's no mess on the sidewalk, because they know if they start leaving messes, that's gonna be a problem. They're not gonna be able to go back to that particular building. And in the movie, there's one block where there's 20 people alone that are collecting cans. So, yeah, that was depressing. That's a mom with her 2 kids out there. That's how that's how she's feeding her kids.
She should sell that ass.
Wow. Wow.
We all waved that like it was funny, but it was also like, well, a good point.
A little tragic and a good point.
Yeah, tragic and valid economic advice.
Exactly.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Redemption was a good idea, but
I haven't seen that one.
It was too quick.
I do like me a good documentary.
I can't get enough of the documentaries.
And there's nothing worse than a documentary that doesn't have a good conclusion. And I mean good, like a solid conclusion.
Right.
I saw one recently. It was
open-ended.
I was like, it wasn't that great. And it's disappointing when a documentary sucks.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like you got to kind of wait for this to play out before you make a documentary on it, you fuckwad.
Was there a Seinfeld reference in there?
Huh?
Did he do a Seinfeld reference?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Someone on the phones. And I'm like, I don't think I heard any. He's gone now.
No. Okay. Everybody's all fucking,
we're all on high
ready
alert.
to jump on it.
But some guy said that you made another Seinfeld reference in there.
No.
I'm like, I don't think so.
E-Rock, comment?
Yeah, I thought you did too.
Really?
Where did you think it was?
With the cans where Kramer and Newman are in the postal truck.
Oh, you wanted to leave it at that?
Thanks, E-Rock.
So that's your new bit to deny it now?
Just deny it. I will not admit to it now.
You can't blame E-Rock on that one.
E-Rock
wait, that really
me
was a Seinfeld?
Yes.
Wait, which one?
Well, Kramer and Newman.
Right.
Well, Kramer had tried it earlier, taking the 5-cent depositable bottles to Michigan for 10 cents.
All right.
And he just can't work. The economics don't work out because you use all your overhead is on the gas and getting the truck and everything. Take it. So Newman realized during one of these holidays, like Mother's Day or something, he gets extra time with his mail truck and stuff, and he could use his mail truck and use that. And now they won't have to pay for a truck or gas and load it up and go to Michigan. And they figured out the numbers, and it worked perfectly until Kramer spotted Jerry's stolen car with the John F. Kennedy golf clubs in the back and decided to follow him to help Jerry out, and they got off course and screwed the whole thing up. I think actually, yeah, that was a bad one.
Ah, man, I should have got that one.
Yeah, well,
maybe not, though. That one was clever.
I didn't delve into it too deeply. I just figured I'd leave it there. And, E-Rock ratted me out.
Yeah, but then you get the explanation with the music. It's beautiful.
Oh, with the nice music.
It felt Morning Zoo-ish. It was kind of nice.
It really did. I liked it.
So, and then a lot of people pretending that they loved Lou Reed this weekend.
Is that what it is? A lot of people pretending.
Yes. I'm sorry, yes.
I hear you.
Unless you're Ronnie B. and a handful of other people, stop pretending Lou Reed was so great in your life.
Yes.
Stop it.
Now, you bring up a good point.
I know 2 songs, I think.
Yeah.
Walk on the Wild Side and I'll go Sweet Jane. Do you know a third Lou Reed song?
No.
The Satellite song, right?
Yeah.
That's him, isn't it?
Is that him?
I guess.
Is it?
Supposedly.
Satellite of Love?
Yeah, that's
How does
Lou
Satellite
Reed.
of Love? Is that the one Ron played at the end?
That's
a good song.
It's Ronnie's song. Ronnie will have a lot to say about Lou Reed. Ron Bennington knows Lou Reed.
Listen to this.
He just talked.
He talked. He didn't sing at all. He's tone deaf. Sweet Jane.
I like the songs that I've heard. I like this.
No, and nobody said he was a great singer. I just heard this morning on the news. Oh, he was amazing. He had a great voice. Shut up. Shut up.
All I'm saying, there are people out there, but in general, everyone jumped on the old bandwagon and made believe that they loved Lou Reed more than they did.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
This is a good
He was
song.
very influential, I guess. I don't even know.
I guess people liked him.
Velvet Underground was a huge influential band.
I think it's very hip to say that you liked him and were influenced by him.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's it.
The early 70s, I was reading something about it. The early a couple of his albums in the early 70s were supposed to be brilliant, but I never got into them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This song I like and the other two.
I heard he was brilliant. I don't know why, and I don't really know a lot of his songs except for the hits that I played on the radio over the years. And did you know that he married Laurie Anderson in 2008?
Who's she?
She's that performance artist that had that one hit way in the early to mid 80s, Superman.
What?
I think it was even on MTV, the video.
Really? Let me see.
You know the song and you're not going to like it. This thing?
Oh. Of course he married her.
Lou Reed married. You remember this?
I remember the Oh, imagine these two assholes talking to each other tonight.
That's just mean.
Fuck this.
She's a performance artist. And this was on MTV.
I do remember this.
You do, right? So they got married in 2008.
I was waiting for a good video to play.
No, this is all it is.
Yeah. How fucking annoying is this?
Nice.
No, it's not.
You want to dance this?
No.
I do.
Oh, Mom and Dad.
Doesn't get much better. How much longer? Yeah.
7 minutes, 7.5 minutes.
Holy fuck.
And it never kicks in.
I'm not home right now, but if you want to leave a message, just start talking at the sound of the tone.
Oh, God. Pretentious fucking horse shit.
Hello? This is your mother. Are you there? Are you coming home?
This is like a torture.
I don't mind the beat behind it, but what she's putting in front of it is fairly awful.
Is anybody home?
What is that?
Well, you don't know me.
Oh, she's got a light in her mouth now. This is great.
Do you think this is just music to get high to?
Yes, this is some type of drug shit.
The beauty of a radio show, there's got to be one lousy fucking person out there that could explain this to us. What is performance art? Why is it important? And why do we know the name Laurie Anderson?
Or I didn't know her name.
Well, you know the song though from MTV.
See that other performance art piece over the weekend of the lady that got jizzed on the train, and she has a sign about how she got jizzed on a train,
right.
And then she stands in front of the train with the sign and does a performance piece.
Ugh.
Oh, it's terrible.
Performance art's weird. Like, a lot of them are just people who aren't good enough to perform in clubs.
Yes.
And they, instead of admitting, wow, I'm just not good enough, they make it look like they're such geniuses and nobody got them. And then there are performance artists that are bringing something that's really different and brilliant to the table that, honestly, crowds don't really...
Right.
It's hard to sell to regular crowds, so...
I don't mind this, but I wouldn't, search it out, if that makes sense. I wouldn't go see Laurie Anderson.
Not only do I mind this, it hurts me. It's a physical pain that it's inflicting. There's no reason to be this annoyed with something that's
unimportant.
Yes.
All right. This or Yoko Ono?
Oh, you got to take this.
Okay, good.
But I would take anything over that Yoko shit.
This didn't ruin the Beatles.
Oh, Dirty Boulevard I know as well. Thank you, Pat, Staten Island. Talking about Lou Reed right now. We know Dirty Boulevard.
I don't know.
Dirty Boulevard.
Give us a little Dirty Boulevard. So anyway, Lou Reed married Laurie Anderson. I did not know that.
Go for him.
Reading up on Lou Reed this weekend.
I heard he was a dick, too.
Well,
from people who had met him.
Sure. That has been said.
That he was.
And he got a new liver in May.
Yeah, how'd that work out for him?
Well, at the time, Laurie Anderson said he was dying. He needed the liver.
Yeah.
So,
what did he die of, by the way?
They're not saying yet.
I thought I heard on the news this morning it was complications from the
liver
From the
thing?
liver.
An infection.
What did he have fucking hep or something?
And that's an update. This is a cool song. No? Turn this up.
No, more talking.
He's got 9 brothers and sisters. They're brought up on their knees. It's hard to run when a coat hanger beats you on the thighs. Pedro dreams of being older and killing the old man, but that's a slim chance. He's going to the boulevard. He's gonna end up on the dirty boulevard. He's going out.
He's going out
to the
dirty boulevard. He's going down to the dirty boulevard. This isn't singing. I'm sure if you listen to Ron and Fez later, you will hear the most obscure fucking Lou Reed song at the beginning of the show that you've never, ever heard in your life.
Lou Reed, Ronnie will do the whole Lou Reed thing justice.
Oh, yeah, he'll do it justice.
No, he really will.
If you're a fan, yeah, that's what I mean.
He's a bandwagon Lou Reed fan. He just jumped on. It's popular.
And then people saying Lou Reed performed with Metallica recently.
Yes, they did a song or a record together.
How long ago?
Last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
Yeah, no, I remember here we played it. We talked about it on the show.
Lou Reed and Metallica?
Yep. I don't remember what it is, but we did talk about it. They did a song with him.
What song did Lou Reed do with Metallica?
I'm sure somebody on Twitter will accuse me of reading that and then trying to act like I just knew it.
And can we read Black Earl's tweets on Lou Reed? They're terrific, by the way.
Oh God, yeah. I'm never sure if an artist is really dead until I get the confirmation from Earl. Depressing Earl's Twitter feed. We lost another one. Lost another one today.
A chorus of the voices that gather up the magnet.
Oh, God.
Before me.
He makes Metallica suck.
I attract you and repel you. A science of the heart.
It's no different than when Shatner does it. And Lou Reed is a shoehorning motherfucker with lyrics.
And in a coffin, your soul shaking. I want to have you doubting every meaning you've amassed, like a fortune. Oh, throw it away or worship someone who
All right, so that's kind of spoken.
Just
spoken word with some music behind it.
A singer who can't fucking sing. Amazing.
A very distinct voice, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he sounds good now, though. Could you keep going, James, please?
What a great voice, huh?
Oh, he's fucking awesome, Hetfield.
Now back to old chit-chatty fucking Lou Reed.
Worship. Pain and
He looks like Joe Piscopo.
Here beside me. I offer them to
Club
you as servants
Piscopo.
of the gold that you must give. Pain and evil have their place. Sitting here beside
This
me
is
and I
dribble.
offer them- I
Too
offer
cool
them
for the
to
room
you
crap.
as the
Yeah.
gold that
People
you
who listen to
Hetfield.
this don't like it. They just like to say that they fucking listen to it.
for worship.
Where's Hetfield?
Come on, James. Help us out.
What a powerful fucking voice Hetfield has.
Yeah, you realize, like, that's who should be fronting a band.
I am the view. I am the table. I am the view. I am the table. I am all this. I am the root. The progress. The aggressor.
What?
I am the
Are you?
I am the view. I am the table. What the fuck are you saying?
music's cool.
Of course. Then you get fucking Lou Reed yapping over the whole thing.
You don't like Lou Reed?
Yapping.
I gotta say, I don't mind this. I don't mind this. It's starting to grow on me a little bit.
I don't like Lou Reed's part. I
Lou
like Lou
Reed's
Reed's part.
dumb talking shit.
Yeah.
I
don't
can't
mind
handle.
Like when Jim Morrison did it, didn't bother me. Like, I enjoyed his spoken word stuff they put music to. Because I know Jim Morrison can sing. So when he did it, it was like a guy, an artist, just kind of departing. Like Lou Reed just kind of irritated me.
Yeah, Lou Reed's irritating.
All right, Lou.
What year was this? Like 90s?
No, it's just very recent.
A couple years ago.
Really?
Yep.
The video looks very 90s.
All
I
right.
think they were going for a Johnny Cash thing there.
I knew this was going to happen. We got the Defenders now.
Okay.
Dick Frank in New York,
Dick Frank.
I guess. Is that really your name?
What's happening, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Dick.
Thanks. 75, Rock and Roll Animal, best live album ever made.
All right, 75 Rock and Roll Animal. Do we have anything off that album?
What's the big song off there?
Sweet Chain, Heroin.
Oh, of course.
It's a dope shooter's album, you know what I'm saying?
But do you really think Lou Reed's a good singer?
No, but the music was incredible. You
Okay.
had Stephen Hunter and Ken Hunter on the album. It was like a whole Mata Hopel thing. It was really good music, you know?
I wonder what it is about Lou Reed that gets. I mean, I'm not going to say the guy sucks. He's obviously influenced a lot of people, but what is it about him that just grabs people?
He was a city minstrel guy, man. He was a
I hate that shit.
Wait, what?
A city minstrel guy.
What's that mean?
Oh, he's like wandering around the city, sharing his fucking crap.
Stories.
Oh, shut it.
See,
You fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself with Lou Reed's dead dick.
Jesus, man, what the fuck?
Anthony, you're the funniest fucking guy I ever met.
Of course I am.
What the fuck? Guy loves his Lou Reed. You don't like that he walks around the city and he might see things that we can't possibly see ourselves?
Of course not.
Finding art in the simplicity of people.
We don't have the fucking ability.
We just see a street and maybe a couple people walking around, but he sees a lot more.
Of course.
He sees life in those dark alleys.
He's
right.
showing everybody.
He understands the people.
Ugh.
Because you know what? He takes that walk on the...
wild side.
Yes, he does. He dared to go places we wouldn't.
And the color girls go do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
You gotta love this one.
No, I don't.
You don't
have
even
to.
like this one?
Jackie came from Miami, FLA. Hey. So it sounds like he's constantly trying to find the note.
From Miami, FLA.
Hey.
Hitchhiked away across the USA.
Hey.
Plucked her eyebrows on the way, shaved her legs, and then he was a she. She says, hey, babe,
I
take a walk on the wild side.
Little tranny action.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta respect Lou.
Way to go, Lou.
Attaboy, Lou. Pioneer.
God.
This is enjoyable, though. Like
No.
From out on the island.
Islands.
In the back room, she was everybody's darling.
Oh, it's terrible.
But she never lost her head, even when she was given head.
Oh, tee-hee-hee!
Can you pause there? It's a little rough when you rhyme head with head, though.
Yeah. Well, he's a genius.
Can you go back to that line?
Oh, senior editor, Rolling Stone magazine. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Art on his own terms and live life on his own terms.
And didn't really care about the commercial success either, did he?
That's true, yeah. He constantly challenged conventions, whether it was experimenting with guitar feedback or giving a voice to gay people and transgender people in his beds at a time when that was really taboo.
I'm challenging convention.
Why is he so influential? Where do we see his influence?
Well, you can see Lou Reed's influence on a number of artists who have cited him specifically as an influence, people like Patti Smith, R.E.M., The Strokes. But beyond that, you can really see his influence on virtually anyone today who we consider to be indie rock, punk rock, alt rock.
The one and done
the way
band,
that he
the
sort of challenged conventions and did things his own way is a huge
First of all, I haven't heard one example of Lou Reed and punk. They talk about how he's the fucking pioneer, godfather of punk. I haven't heard one example of a punk song out of this motherfucker.
Steven Tyler in his tweet referenced Max's. That's Max's Kansas City. It was a salon effect. It was a bar here in New York City that
Tyler's an idiot
made
too.
into just like an idea factory.
Not for him
as well.
His rambling nonsense when he talks.
And he would often say that the music has to
tells
mean
a lot of jokes when you talk to him.
You can't even fucking understand what he's saying.
Then really it loses its value, becomes a commodity. And that's rare. That's rare.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Well, Lou Reed was
Looks
certainly
like the
an
big
activist.
bitch doesn't like Lou Reed.
He was also an artist, as you mentioned.
Sitting there with their arms
He was very close to Andy Warhol in the early part of his career.
Like
and he was one of the first examples of someone who showed that rock music and high art could kind of be one and the same.
And also the longevity, too, not just of his musical career, but as you said, the philanthropy, the activism.
They were still playing do-do-do-do-do on the radio.
Until recent
What
days.
longevity?
I understand he was a big fan of our guy, of Kanye.
That's right, yeah.
Which is interesting because that's such a
our
juxtaposition
guy, really.
in a way.
All right. The black lady has to bring in
that's right. Just a couple of months ago, Lou Reed wrote a really eloquent review about why he loved Kanye West's most recent album, and that might have surprised some people, but I think it actually made sense. Like Lou Reed, Kanye is someone who challenges conventions, someone who does things his own way, and I think that's, Lou Reed kind of saw a kindred spirit there.
What was, we know his influence on music, but what has he been doing later in life? Was he in failing health for a long period of time? Do we know?
Well, he had a liver transplant this May, so we know that his health wasn't great, but he actually, he remained active. Like I said, he published that Kanye West review just a couple of months ago. He made public statements, so this is certainly a surprise and a shock to everyone.
Well, it was really great for you to join us.
Didn't want commercial success, but that's such bullshit. I'm sorry. You wanted another song like Wild Side. I guarantee it.
Stop it.
I hate when they make believe they don't want the commercial success. You might want to do a lot of things with your talent, but you definitely want, the masses to hear your shit. Right?
Jesus. There are guys not willing to sell out for commercial success, but there's no one makes a song and doesn't want it to be successful. That's a lie.
What? They look at the numbers and go, oh, thank God no one's buying this because I don't want commercial success.
Yeah. Please don't listen to this.
They throw a party when it's a commercial failure.
When it's a flop, they're like, thank God, this is just what I was looking for.
Exactly. Or is that how you spin things because you're not getting the commercial success and then you become cool for not having commercial success?
Then you use words like, you're challenging convention.
Yes.
Eclectic.
Right. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what would be honest?
You want commercial success so you can do those other things.
Exactly.
If they said they didn't have commercial success and he was okay with that and he didn't change what he did to get commercial success, that's probably fair.
Yeah.
Like he didn't try to whore himself to get it.
Right.
Fair. But don't act like you didn't want it. That's
no, he wanted
bullshit.
it.
Of course.
But he wasn't going to, Jimmy said it very, very well right there. Yes, exactly. It's a fine balance.
Yeah. I want to hear Sweet Jane from Rock and Roll Animal, which is right here. Sam has it.
You're not going to like it, though.
I want to hear what live sounds like.
Could you try to have an open mind?
I'll have an open mind, because this guy said you got to listen. The guy that called before said you got to listen to Rock and Roll Animal, best live album ever. Ever!
What about Peter Frampton Comes Alive?
Exactly.
That's voted #1 all the time.
Hate that record.
No?
I don't know if
It's shit. Reunion is much better.
Yeah?
Yeah, that one annoy people.
All right, let's hear a little Sweet Jane. Could go to break with this.
No! I want to be able to say how much it sucks.
Yeah.
Let's hear a little.
All right.
See if live they punk it up a little more. A little volume on that? It's a little low. Oh. Jam out a little at first. Jam out.
You gotta like that. It's a nice sound.
It is a nice sound.
All right.
I'll give the band props. I kind of like the way that sounds. Doesn't sound like Lou Reed. will come in and, destroy the song. Sounds very of the time. Well, it sounds like Peter Frampton.
I like this. For reals, yo.
Getting your groove, yo.
I like this.
Da, 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 da. All right. Where is it? Where's it coming?
He's doing H backstage right now, man.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right, can they start with the singing? What the fuck?
Relax. Everyone's in a hurry these days.
Oh, yeah.
Just relax a little bit.
Got time for this shit?
Why? Don't you hear it building? It's nice. This is good stuff.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
This has a very familiar sound. I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't.
Well, it's been around forever. Here we go.
Almost a Who thing going on there. All right. Here it comes. Coming around. No. Oh, boy. Well, we were coming around.
All right.
I mean, musically, I like this.
It's amazing.
It's very good.
It really is amazing. I don't think I've ever heard this.
Like, there's very talented musicians.
I don't think I've ever heard the live version of Sweet Jane before.
There is a Who thing going on with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of a Who sound.
What year is this?
I don't know.
90s?
No. This is earlier than that.
70s.
70s.
Here we go.
Oh, now they're like,
Lou Reed just walked out.
1975.
Lou Reed just walked out,
Yeah.
everyone.
All right. Uh-huh.
Those claps were dubbed in later, by the way.
If this wasn't Lou Reed, you'd say this sucks. You'd be like, this singer is terrible. Get a new singer.
Yeah, but there was a point it wasn't really Lou Reed yet. So what happened then?
The assholes liked him, I guess.
Yeah.
Day. Well, finally heard him sing. That's wonderful.
It's only half over.
Man.
We keep going, no?
I wouldn't.
No?
I
wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
There we go. Let's do Matt in Tennessee right here. Matt, what's going on, buddy?
Not much, gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning.
I saw Mr. Lou Reed about 2 years ago, and he played. My Lou Reed dance doesn't go very deep, but he played for about an hour on the spot, and lights came on, walked off stage, people started clapping for, obviously, Take a Walk on the Wild Side, did not come out, would not play the song.
Oh, yeah? Doesn't play his fucking hits?
The one song people would want to hear.
Right.
The one song that allowed him to buy some fucking, penthouse somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to play the song. I hate when these guys do that.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
Unless you have so many hits, then you're like, wow, I can't play Walk on the Wild Side because I got so many other ones I got to do tonight.
Sweet Jane.
But they purposely do that shit. Radiohead with Creep, they refuse to play that.
Why would they?
There's a million examples of this. That's bullshit. Because most of the people are, want to hear the goddamn song.
Radiohead's another band. I tried.
Yeah.
I wanted to like them because I know they're very respected.
Yeah. They've had a couple of songs that crossed over into like hit territory, and the rest is this fucking experimental sounding horse crap.
I think it's awful, and
terrible.
I wish I didn't think that. I tried.
Yeah.
Oh, it just doesn't reach me. Sometimes
what
music
about Fake Plastic Trees?
I don't know that one.
God.
What about Black Star?
Don't know it. Maybe I've heard it and didn't know.
To be fair, I like Radiohead's The Bends. Thanks to Stephen Lynch. He turned me onto that album years ago. And then I like I'll handpick a few other songs. That's it for me. But The Bends, I love the fucking album from beginning to end.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, I love that album.
I wish I did because they're like a really, I guess, different than anything I listen to. But
yeah.
God, I tried to. I was like,
but then because of The Bends, I try to listen to other albums, and just not the same for me, man.
Yeah.
This is a Radiohead right here.
Out on the horizon, down across the neon light.
Wow, very good.
Are the vocals recorded low?
I don't know.
Oh, no. This is alright.
It's off The Bends. Obviously.
I'm not crazy. Do you know, I was going through those old tapes of ours, fast forwarding, finding certain things, and Mustard was one of the guys, and it just was making me laugh. That's how annoyed Anthony gets.
I'm a snob.
You don't like what he sings, though?
Well,
it's his own style.
Okay. Mustard wrote me the other day.
Did he?
Yeah, we keep in touch. And he told me, I don't know if I'm the... fuck it. He's going to be on The Voice.
Really?
Huh?
He said, what?
Yeah, Mustard's going to be on The Voice. He wrote me the other day. In January. So I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know, if it's just the auditions. I don't know if he's been getting picked.
They asked him to do it?
Oh, yeah. So maybe he's
probably doing a TV audition. Then they set it up.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to wait on the stupid out in front of a arena line.
Our old pal, Homeless Mustard, is going to be on The Voice.
I just saw a video of E-Rock sniffing his toes and of him kissing Bobo on the mouth.
Isn't that great?
Oh, God.
I think I got that video somewhere. I'll look for it.
I have it. I just watched.
I think I might already have it up on my channel.
Stupid Bobo DMs me. Could you take down the naked picture of me? I was like, I didn't put up a naked picture of you dumbass.
Who put up a naked picture of Bobo?
I have no idea. It was like fucking him in the tub. He goes, the one in the tub is okay, but the naked one. I'm like, that's the only one I put up. There's no nudity in the picture I put up.
Anything that's up with him is blurred out.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Vinny wants in so badly right now. Vinny at Staten Island. Go ahead, Vinny.
Fuck Lou Reed. Fuck Radiohead. And fuck Emerson, Lake and Palmer and their fucking 45-minute bullshit interlude.
I understand the
Good
first.
for you.
I understand the first two, but we weren't even talking about Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Yeah, but just that whole
another pretentious fucking horse shit band
for 10 minutes. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Stick it up your ass.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer is another one of those bands. You hear a song or two on the radio, and you go, "Well, I want to see what these guys are about," and then you're very disappointed.
Oh, you're just wrapped up in a keyboard whirlwind as you're trying to fucking relax.
What other bands disappoint you after you hear their one song on the radio?
Yeah,
and you
you
think
hear
they're
their
going to be
hit.
the greatest thing ever.
And they just suck.
The Pogues disappointed me.
Yeah?
I
like a couple of their songs, but I just can't go too deep with
That's
them.
off kilter, too, those guys. They're wacky.
Like, I really liked Shane MacGowan. And then the more I've heard of him, the more I started liking the other guys, Irish guys, better. Like,
Right.
Yeah, he was okay. But
I don't know much about the Pogues either. I know you brought a few songs to the show.
just from Anthony's brother Joe, actually. I heard him playing in an aunt's house one time. It was Dirty Old Town. I'm like, I like that. What is that?
That's a great song.
It's not even their song. It's like an old. But I couldn't get into a lot of their other... I would rather hear like Ronnie Drew or somebody else.
Guy needs a dentist.
Oh, I think he has teeth now, I heard.
Does he?
Yeah.
It's endearing.
Is it?
He knows he doesn't need teeth anymore.
It's endearing. That's hilarious. It's endearing.
But he can't sing all the time.
More bullshit words that people use.
Yeah.
Get your teeth fixed. Hey, can you go to Black Earl's Twitter? Because he had a lot to say about Lou Reed.
Oh, he sure did.
He liked them?
Earl likes to think he's like part of the New York fabric.
Black Earl is like the Grim Reaper's henchman. He fucking makes the announcements. He's his spokesperson.
Yeah.
He's the Grim Reaper's fucking Jay Carney.
Black Earl used to be part of our show, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, back in the NEW days.
He worked at NEW when we did, is what it comes down to, and we put him on the air from time to time, and he's all about the music, man.
Oh, yeah. E-Rock, comment?
Before the Lou Reed stuff, a few weeks ago, Earl was going to different juice bars around Manhattan and explaining why the juice was so pure compared to what you buy in the stores.
That was who was he doing that for?
Himself.
An investigative
he was just
report.
going to juice bars.
Yeah, well, that's would be pretty obvious.
Earl Douglas for No One Cares.
Right. You got fresh vegetables and they're making juice out of it.
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to taste like? I think it's going to taste pretty fresh and pure.
He's busting those controversies wide open.
Right. Compared to something that they bottled, I don't know, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and shipped to you. Yeah, I think it might be fresher, Earl.
I'm a big juice fan. People need to know.
Oh.
Love a good juice.
I have a juice
Mark
every day.
Spitz.
$8 for a juice, though, man.
Juice.
But that's the one you pull out, Mark Spitz?
I was gonna. Well, he was great in his day. It's the only Jewish sports figure that's been in history for the past fucking 100 years.
No, there was that other guy.
Rod Carew.
Oh.
Well, the bit was to not name anyone there, Eric, but thank you.
But Eric did pull
for
back
actually
on that.
coming up with Rod Carew.
Eric's he's this morning.
He's just ratting everyone out, trampling over everyone's shit.
The bit here.
Literal joke guy.
Wasn't it obvious the bit was to never name another one, but try? Who cares? Rod Carew was kind of Jewy.
E-Rock comes up with his knowledge.
He's just sad, too, because I guess some Simpson voice died over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, from the Newhart show.
We know her for the Bob Newhart show, of course, the secretary.
Marsha
right. Marsha Wallace.
Wallace, right.
Who was she in The Simpsons?
Edna Krabappel.
Oh,
teacher.
right.
The teacher.
Crabapple.
Edna Krabappel.
Was that the only character she did?
That was the only one.
Oh, God, she sucks. Simpsons have been on the air for, 50 years, and she couldn't come up with another voice for them?
Everybody on that show does, half the
show.
A
million?
Yeah.
Why did she only have one?
She sucked.
That's all they had her do.
Not like Homer dropped dead. Jesus. Worry
It'll
about
be
it.
just fine.
Don't sweat it.
What's Earl's tweet? You got to do the first one where he's going to have... All right, yeah, you know which one?
Yeah, it's just so pretentious because he is really acting like he's the Twitter account for New Yorkers to follow.
Yeah, here it is.
R.I.P. Lou Reed. We'll have more later. Lost for words right now.
He's always lost for words.
And by the way, he's not lost for words.
That's another one of those dumb things.
Right.
You have nothing to say.
How you don't
That's poignant.
Like you're so grief-stricken, you're at a loss for words.
You can't even speak.
Yeah.
You didn't know the guy personally. How would you be lost for words?
Yeah.
And we'll have more later as if you're the news source.
Yeah.
But
I better check in with Earl.
How many hours did he need for the next tweet about Lou Reed? He really thought it over.
How long were his words fucking gone for?
Yeah.
Well, the first one was 16 hours ago.
Okay.
Then he followed that up 16 hours ago.
Wait, I thought he was a little lost for words.
He found him real quick.
He found some words.
So within the same hour, he found words?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank God.
And what was that?
One of the best songs written ever about New York. Love you, Lou. You've earned your rest.
No one wants to earn their rest.
You want to earn your rest if you're able to wake up at some point.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck.
Love you, Lou.
Love you, Lou.
You earned your rest.
Earned your rest?
You think Lou's fucking reading Twitter? Reading Earl's Twitter?
Oh, good. That's like saying it's Jim Nortoning.
Stop romanticizing death.
Yeah.
What earned your rest?
Well, you're just tuckered out from not singing?
Yes, he's reading Twitter and then saying, oh, good. Earl Douglas loved me.
Earl says I could fucking relax now.
Yeah.
Sweet Jane.
What song did he mean was one of the best songs written ever about New York?
NYC Man.
Oh, God.
I never heard that. Do you have that?
Let's hear.
Oh, this was another song about New York?
What Earl says is how long is this piece of shit?
What year is this?
It's from his 1996 album.
Oh, wow. Okay, maybe it's different.
It's a newer song.
Decided to walk the streets of New
20
York again.
Yeah.
To see things we can't possibly have
going
seen
on.
ourselves.
Oh, of course not. Get ready to be enlightened about New York. Oh. All right, this is some jazz shit right here.
You like jazz?
I love it. It's my favorite type of music.
It can only lead to trouble if you break my heart. Accidentally crush it on the Ides of March. I prefer you was straightforward. You don't have to go through all of that. I'm a New York City man, baby, and say go and that is that. New York City man, you just say go and that is that. I'm a New York City man, you just say go and that is that.
You just say go and that is that. Earl's an idiot!
Complicated. Make up a lie that you'd have to remember and really why. I wouldn't want to be around you if you didn't want to have me around. I'm an M-A-N-N man. You blink your eyes and I'll be gone. M-A-N-N man. You blink your eyes, honey, and I'll be gone.
How does Earl say this is the best song about New York that was ever written ever?
It's not.
Yeah, New York State of Mind, Billy Joel. New York. New York! Come on! There's plenty of New York songs that... This isn't even the top million.
You know ain't in a mood if he's preferring a Jay-Z song to this.
It's not Jay-Z's version I like.
Oh.
This is not the best song about New York
Keys
ever.
as she's singing. This isn't even close! Oh, look, he's all over the TV.
I know what the best New York song ever is.
What?
E-Rock, do you have it?
We're back in the New York groove. Yes. We're back. This is great. Back in the New York groove. Welcome back to the Opie and Anthony show.
Continues in moments. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, yeah.
What does this say?
Jane's Addiction covering Lou Reed. Rock and roll.
I don't know if I've heard this either. We got Black Earl on the line, our old
Earl.
pal. What's up, Earl?
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Well, we're all mourning the passing of Lou Reed.
The untimely passing.
The untimely passing of Lou Reed, and I know you were a big Lou Reed fan.
Could tell by the Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, loved the guy. Love.
What do you like? What do you like about him?
Just really, he was just street. He was street to the core, man.
Yeah, man.
True that.
How is he street? I don't know what that means.
He was like part of the New York City fabric, right, Earl?
Oh.
No, yeah.
He was New York.
Uh-huh.
When you think New York, you think Lou Reed.
Well, he's also, he brought a real sense of realism to the music. To be quite
Absolutely. Explain that further.
The music was real.
I mean, think about it. Before Lou Reed, you didn't have really deep songs about drugs, about.
Yeah, Rolling Stones weren't into that at all.
Yeah, Dad neither. So, but you liked his, you liked lyrically what he did.
He really delved into that drug culture like no one else.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Earl?
Hello, guys. No, you were breaking up for a second.
See, that's one of the things he does. I have a million phone calls where Earl goes, you're breaking up.
Nothing changes.
Earl.
It's been years.
He really tackled the drug culture in his songs. I said, explain that further, please. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, think about a song like Heroin. Think about a song like Waiting for the Man. Thinking about, just trying to think something else off the top of my head.
Well, we're thinking about it.
Well, even Walk on the Wild Side obviously was very.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
There was some drug action in that song as well.
And what about New York Man?
Oh, New York City Man, I think it's
New York City Man?
written about New York.
Why is it the best song written about New York, in your words?
A lot of New York songs out there.
Yep.
Well, just, first of all, it's a fantastic song. It's just
What makes it a fantastic song? Earl, what makes it a fantastic song? You can't just say it's a fantastic song. What makes it a fantastic song?
Earl? Comment? Earl?
Earl?
Hello?
Earl, what are you doing? Earl, we know you're still there. What's going on?
Earl, hello. I don't know.
Earl. He didn't hang up.
Maybe someone sprayed some Febreze and he passed out like those sheep.
Earl.
The sleeping sheep.
Can we call Earl?
Remember, he used to just pass out.
Yes. Earl. Can we call Earl back? And now he hangs up.
He's at a loss for words.
He is at a loss for words.
It's always the second question that always has gotten him.
Throws him.
That's why I was laughing so much, because you go, okay, you like Lou Reed. Yes. Well, what song? Well, I mean, even Take a Walk on the Wild Side. Well, why? You're breaking up.
He's great.
He reiterates the same thing he said in his Twitter. Yeah, it's the best.
It's
the best song.
Here comes Earl.
All right.
Make him believe that he couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
Earl.
Early.
Yo.
Why is that a great song about New York?
Great song about New York. It's very literate. It has, historical references, both in literature and...
What historical references?
Quotes Shakespeare. Quotes...
Shakespeare is, of course, a grand New Yorker.
No, he's not. Yeah, wouldn't that be a great Shakespeare song then? What makes it such a great New York song? Because there's a lot of songs that have been written about New York over the years.
No, I understand that, but I don't know. I like the feel of it. I like the energy of it. It's kind of a different for Lou, because it was kind of a laid back song, so almost sentimental, because he was hardly sentimental.
Really?
What do you mean about sentimental? The fact that he was born in Brooklyn and he's singing about New York City?
Well, no, not sentimental in the sense that, let's say, like,
Earl, your Twitter said you're a huge Lou Reed fan.
Yes, I'm a huge Lou Reed. God, I went to bed 2.5 hours ago, so I'm not as sharp as I am right now.
Up, just reflecting. Little self-reflection.
Still a little too emotional right now.
Lost for words.
Lost for words.
The old lost for words.
Yeah, well, you know, Lou Reed, for God's sake.
Must be great to live your life with that moniker. I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, lost for words. What, you going to be on with Ronnie today? Talk a little about Lou?
Yeah, I hope so.
I'd like to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's very upset about it.
Oh, have you spoken to him?
Not yet, no.
So how do you know he's very upset about it?
He's as big a fan as I was.
Well, and you're
I find that hard to believe.
And you're a huge fan.
He doesn't know at all.
Big Lou Reed fan on the phone. Earl Douglas.
I got one, because this is one thing we discussed earlier we don't understand. Like, a lot of people say that Lou Reed was very influential in their careers. Why is that? Go.
Well, influential in the sense that, you know, he brought an avant-garde sense to the music. He brought realism to lyrics. On top of everything else, fantastic guitar player, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about the singing?
Singing, well, you didn't, you know, like Dylan, you didn't necessarily have to be a virtuoso to be a fantastic singer.
That's true. Dylan, though, I at least sang. Dylan did do a lot of singing. Lou Reed kind of sings.
Yeah, he kind of...
More talks.
It was like more talking, but it was also...
Like what we're doing right now could be a Lou Reed song.
Right.
Wow. Very good, Jimmy.
You know, he just brought this kind of... It wasn't quite spoken word, but it was also very rock and roll in the sense that, you know, it kept it simple. It was always two guitars, bass, drums, not a lot of chord changes.
But the thing is, now, Earl, I've heard Lou Reed, everyone's talking about him today, God bless, but I've heard Lou Reed described as like the godfather of punk.
Right.
Of punk. I don't really, if I listen to any of his songs, even the live versions, I'm not hearing much punk-sounding music there. How is that title given to him?
Well, he sang about trannies, so that's kind of punkish.
Well...
No one else was singing about trannies, right?
I'm not feeling like, you know, when you listen to something like the Dead Kennedys, things like that, even the Clash, you know.
Maybe it wasn't the punk sound. Maybe it was the... Well, Earl, why don't you explain?
Well, listen to an album like Rock and Roll Animals.
Sure.
Which,
Sex Pistols.
All of the Velvet Underground classics.
But we were listening to some of that. We were actually listening to Sweet Jane off of that album. And though I found the music very interesting and very... good and melodic. Again, not much punk sound there.
Well, I don't know if it was punk in sound as much as punk in attitude, volume. It is, but keeping it simple, loud.
Yeah, but punk wasn't known to keep it really simple.
No, I kind of like, you know, when you're
getting a brick,
punk,
you know,
right,
thrown at you.
I'm thinking,
I don't know if that's simple.
Fucking safety pins through the cheeks.
Yeah, I don't know
if
that's keeping it simple.
You know, fucking Sex Pistols.
You're talking attitude. I mean, as far as musical approach.
Right.
Most punk bands, probably some of the first songs they learned were Velvet Underground songs, so they're very basic to learn. They were, you know, they were basically one or two chords.
What's a big Velvet Underground song, Earl?
Obviously, Sweet Jane, White Light, White Heat, Waiting for the Man, Femme Fatale, Venus and Furs.
Right.
Pale Blue Eyes.
Earl, you're doing Lou Reed proud today. There's one other thing. People are talking today about how he, you know, didn't give a crap about commercial success. You want to discuss that a little bit with
comment, Earl?
A little bit today.
Well, he didn't necessarily adhere to trends. He didn't have to, you know, there wasn't no dance remixes. There weren't any Lou Reed disco songs. There weren't any Lou Reed, you know, bubblegum pop. He kind of followed his own path. That's sort of Trailblazer does, plays his own path.
Unless he's selling Honda scooters.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but you know what, though? At the time, even that was kind of, it was Lou. Because Lou didn't necessarily
Uh-oh. There he is. Lending his...
This is the epitome of selling out, by the way.
This is punk right here.
Using your...
It's like a dance remix a little bit.
Using your hit song to sell some corporate project. Man.
Look fine.
Hey, don't settle for walking.
Oh, he's sitting on a scooter. Hey, don't settle for walking.
There's the guy that didn't want commercials or didn't care about commercial success.
Oh.
But used my hit song to sell Honda scooters.
A couple of bucks. They probably offered him a lot of money right there.
Right.
You know?
As soon as he saw how much he was going to make, he gave a shit.
All those fucking punk principles go out the fucking window.
Blaze that trail on a Honda scooter.
Right. Why did he tell the man to go fuck himself, Earl?
Hey, but look at it this way: Johnny Rotten sold butter. You know, how many commercials are the Clash songs in?
I don't particularly mind when music is used in a commercial.
Oh, I don't mind either.
I think it's a silly thing that people put on artists.
Well, there was a time
use your music for commercial.
There was a time it was very taboo.
Yeah, they didn't do it. Right.
Yeah, not so much anymore. Right, that's true.
Especially since music's being stolen now so much online and all that shit. It's like, hey, man, if these guys are going to make fucking a couple of million, let them make it.
You get a nice payday. Yeah. Well, Earl, your reflections on Lou Reed have been terrific today.
I'm hearing from people here. Let's see. Can Earl and Sal get a show together? Just call it hipster bullshit. What the hell's that about?
It's not my opinion, Earl.
Well, not mine either. It's obviously a horrible person.
I love Earl.
I think you filled in the blanks perfectly today because we're not big Lou Reed fans here. So
no, we needed an education.
Now we have a little more knowledge on the whole thing.
A little education. Going to Barney's today, Earl?
No.
No, huh?
How about the Jay-Z? How about the Jay-Z?
Jay-Z's like...
How about the Jay-Z defending his deal with Barney's?
Like,
Because there's way too much fucking money involved.
It's like, Barney's racist. It's shop and frisk now. And Jay-Z's like, slow down.
Hold on a minute.
Let's all slow down.
Everyone's bullshit comes out eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Jay-Z is a big bullshit artist. If he believes there's some racism going down at Barney's, and he does behind closed doors, then he probably should take that deal and tell Barney's to go fuck themselves. But there's way too much money involved for the Jay-Z.
I like that Reverend Al is calling for a boycott of Barney's if they don't have a full investigation, which entails, I guess, everyone at the whole organization being fired. And he has a rhyme. We went from stop and frisk to shop and frisk.
You know what? Stop and frisk I agree with, but there's a legit point to these were both paying customers.
Yeah.
And look, if Barney's came out and said, look, yeah, we do racially profile at times and bite us in the ass, I'd respect Barney's, but they won't say that.
Of course they won't.
But these were two people just making legit purchases, and the fucking cops are stopping them. It's like, this guy, you can't have that shit.
Someone called the cops.
Well, no, Barney's.
Yeah. So you can't, fault the cops on that one. They're just following through.
Right.
But Barney's, I gather their loss prevention policy entails looking for black people that are spending a lot of money and questioning whether it's a legit purchase.
Yeah, and you can't do that in 2013 and not expect to hear shit from it. Like, if you're going to do that, at least take the repercussions and say that you do it. Do you know what I mean? If it's really saved you a lot of problems, fine, but don't expect black people to want to shop there.
But don't look for Jay-Z to do anything drastic.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Oh, hell no.
Isn't Macy's in trouble, too, because of this shit?
Yeah, Macy's did the same thing.
But I'll tell you, Barney's is getting more flack for some reason.
Yeah. I told these guys before the show, I go to Barney's once a year. There's never anyone in there because the stuff is so ridiculously expensive.
Very expensive. As a matter of fact, that kid was buying a fucking $300 belt.
Right.
And the girl bought like a $2,000 purse.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, I love Barney's.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I love a good fucking...
I don't like the price
up
tag.
And down. No, I hate it, but I still love walking around Barney's.
Jim goes in there in complete blackface. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And I take things just to make their lives harder. I love a good...
But let's talk about the Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Jay-Z, are you going to cancel your deal with Barney's?
Hell nah. Hell nah.
I think that was his exact statement.
Oh, yeah.
As Reverend Al is going to boycott, and he's getting his troops together. Jay-Z's slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down. Because he obviously is going to make millions off the Barney's deal.
Yep.
Al Sharpton threatens boycott of Barney's over racial profiling.
Oh, boy.
I want to see the Jay-Z, though.
Reverend Al
what is the Jay-Z
right
saying?
He's saying, like, look, can we all just get along? I guess when they look at their loss prevention and the videotapes of people that have been shoplifting, perhaps they're profiling.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Just say that you're doing that then.
Right.
Again, what annoys me is the lack of honesty.
Oh, yeah.
Say you're doing it and say, look, we're apologizing, and maybe we shouldn't have, but we were racially profiling. And
well, the problem is then the people that should go, oh, okay, at least you're being honest, go, well, there you go. Now we got to fire everybody.
Well, exactly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's why that shit doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be, we've done this break a million times, but it used to be you get in trouble, you throw a little apology out there, like, oh, okay, apologize, he understands, okay, let him continue with his job. No, they expect the apology before they get you fired.
Yeah. Waddle doodle.
Well, the kid had the ID. I think he had proper ID and stuff for the card.
Sounds like Barney's fucked up.
They fucked up badly, yeah.
So with that, Jay-Z should go, well, Barney's sorry, but I'm going to have to pull all my stuff out of your store.
Remember when
Because I got to stand behind my people.
I remember when I got the IRS got on me for two $2,000 winning lottery tickets that I cashed in Philadelphia. Yeah, I never did that, but I went on my fucking tax bill, and then they pulled the tape, and there's like some fucking black guy cashing tickets using my fucking name, address, and a social security number that wasn't mine, thank God.
Did that back off the IRS?
No, it took forever to try to convince them I didn't win this fucking thing. Some fucking savage was cashing in my goddamn ticket.
And it probably cost you more than the 2 G's, right?
Oh, yeah, I had fucking Harvey sending checks to take care of the problem.
So Harvey he had to get paid.
Yeah.
Earl, you added a lot to the Jay-Z situation, too. Thank you, sir.
So you do have to look at the percentages of people that are pulling shenanigans in stores and wherever, and kind of wonder if that's why people are profiling.
I mean, I don't think it's on Jay-Z. You know what? If you're really upset about it, why not just boycott Barney's and the Jay-Z product?
Hell no! Slow down. Slow down, boycotting Jay-Z. Oh, hell no.
What the hell was that?
That's how Jay-Z sounds, man. To the white man.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think Barney's will do, Earl? I'm curious as to what a black gentleman thinks Barney's will do. How do they handle this?
They're going to sacrifice somebody.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, of course. But if Jay-Z's standing behind Barney's, then Barney's is totally safe. Stupid Reverend Al Sharpton needs Jay-Z to, to step on his side.
No, I think in the end, Reverend Al represents Reverend Al.
That's true.
They're going to cut a deal somewhere. Somewhere, money's going to be exchanged somewhere.
Just to have that used to be fat fuck go away.
Yep. It's always about fucking him getting something.
That old shoe.
There'll be a donation to the National Action Network.
National Action Network.
Reverend Al looks like an old shoe.
He does.
He has
an old brown shoe.
Very well.
All right, Earl, I miss these days of just riffing you.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking great shit.
Earl Douglas. Earl, fucking, please, wait a minute. Dave Herman, comment.
All right, you were a big Dave Herman fan.
Yeah, and his personal, how about his radio stuff?
You loved the Dave Herman.
Oh.
Absolutely, positively stunned, and I can't even put into words.
Lost for words again.
I think you're the only Earl. You're stunned, are you?
You know, I've known Dave off and on.
Really going out on a limb.
Yeah.
I hope you're stunned.
Yeah.
How long have you known Dave?
Was it pedophile?
Did you know Dave?
On for almost 25 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How many times? Okay, guys.
And the idea of it is like, it is so shocking and so.
You didn't realize you had that much in common with him?
No.
You ever share any young ladies with him down there in St. Croix?
No.
No?
Absolutely no.
You never had an indication that this guy had anything going on?
Zero. Absolutely zero indication. I mean, could you make something up like this? Like,
sure, I have.
The New York radio message board, I'm seeing a fuckload of people making excuses for him, doubting that it's him. They really are coming to his aid and not believing this.
Delusional.
Those fuckwads.
Dave Herman, of course, is the guy that wanted to have sex with a 6-year-old.
A 6-year-old.
Well, now she's officially 7.
She went from
made up
6
person,
to
by
7.
the way, because it was a sting.
It started when she was 6.
Right.
His fucking him trying to get her. He was courting her at 6.
So what do they say on the message board?
It's unbelievable.
They're saying it could be a setup. And you know, I doubt
the Dave Herman I know.
Yeah. It's
even
all
though they didn't really know
shit.
Dave Herman because they just listened to his radio show.
All these assholes are still trolling that fucking board.
I mean, from what I read, they got emails, they got phone calls. It looks bad.
Is it true? I heard Scott Muni liked fucking small animals. Comment, Earl. No? Yeah?
You sure?
Really?
Will of the Dead. Stop,
Damn.
please.
Did Carol Miller have 5 Yorkshire Terriers and a jar of peanut butter? That's what I'm hearing.
Let's
no?
behave. Stop.
Yeah. Did Vince Skelser used to put vegetation up his ass? That's what I'm hearing.
Behave.
Yeah. Did Pete Fornatale used to jack off in the largest rock and roll library?
God, no.
All right. Just going through all the rumors I'm hearing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The Dave thing is it's disturbing and in the end very, very sad. It really is.
Who's it sad for?
Sad for the possible children that he may have had sex with.
Right.
Hey, imagine being his kids.
Who's it sad for?
Maybe to meet Dave Herman.
Maybe his family, I guess. Sure.
Not just the.
I'm just happy they got another fucking creep. And if it's true, they should shoot him in the back of the head. What do you think of that, Earl?
Creep.
What do you think of that shit, Earl?
Yeah.
I know it's not a death penalty case, but I truly believe they should fucking take him out back if it's true and shoot him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
What do you think of those apples?
Wow.
Yeah. You're entitled to feel that way. I mean, I don't think, again...
It didn't hurt that the motherfucker sued me and Ann for $10 million.
Yeah, that's true.
And had one of his pals secretly taping us, wiretapping us.
Yeah,
how do you feel, Earl, about a guy who was trying to have a 7-year-old flown to another country so he could give her alcohol and stick his cock in her, possibly by force?
Wow.
When I heard the story, it made me sick to my stomach.
But let's say, for the sake of argument, it's true. Let's speculate and say that it is true.
Mm-hmm.
If it's true, how does that change the way you feel about Dave Herman?
Hey, you lose respect for anybody who wants to even think that, much less try that.
Losing Earl's respect. Well, that's punishment enough. Oh, Earl. I love Earl.
Earl rules. I like throwing the ball around with Earl.
Just tossing it around with Earl.
Tossing it around.
On the phones.
All right, Earl. Good
Take
stuff
care,
today,
Earl.
buddy. Love you, miss you.
Call up Ronnie later. I want to hear that exchange.
Yes. All right. Ronnie will be all about Lou Reed today.
Yeah.
In a very brilliant way, I'm sure.
In a serious way.
Yes.
Fucking.
All right, Earl. Thank you.
What does he like? Ron's a bandwagon Lou Reed fan.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah. He never listened to the songs like the Colored Girl song I like.
The Colored Girl song.
Sam, you want to break down the Black Earl phone call?
He must do so terribly on job interviews.
You think he's really bad?
He has a lot of tells. He knows he could use the phone as an excuse one time. He also knows if he repeats the question being asked, that it buys him more time.
Buys him that
where he
much more
hopes something pops in his brain.
Right. Because he'd go, what makes you, do you think you'd be a good candidate for this job? Yes, I do. Why do you think that? Why do I think that?
Gets tripped up by the second question.
Why do I think I'd be a good candidate for the job?
Well, it's just generally,
I have an appreciation for the business at hand.
Right, it's all
what?
just vague.
This vagary, this fucking...
And then he uses I'm at a loss for words.
Yes.
Yeah. See, people will accept that one time if you say it.
Yeah.
You can't say it every time a question is asked.
Earl, what comes out of Earl's mouth is like hamburger helper. It just stretches and bulks up.
Right. He feigns death.
Yes.
So he thinks that if he makes a short statement, he can trick people into thinking it's poignant. So they won't ask any follow-ups.
So what are your qualifications for this job? What are my qualifications for this job? Well, I have a lot of heart. Like, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of passion for the business.
So with that, you're breaking up. Earl, I'm sitting right in front of you.
I'm sitting right in front of you. I'm not on a phone.
And then he completely panicked. See, unfortunately, you guys at home didn't see this, but when he was silent for, it seemed like about a minute.
I heard him.
He was in the background. The phone didn't hang up yet.
No.
And then he doesn't even acknowledge when we call him back that he had a problem with the phone.
No.
Because he panicked and didn't know what to do. And then finally hung up on himself.
Not only does he not acknowledge it, but then you call him back and you go, Earl, and he goes, what's up, guys? Like,
hey, I'm back.
But nothing ever
Hopefully you don't remember that I was just talking to you guys.
Right. First time this morning, huh?
Yeah, how you doing?
So, all right.
That's good. Good stuff.
Then
That's good stuff.
What?
Earl.
Oh, I love Earl.
He just tickles me.
Love him to death.
Yeah, he does. So there's Dave Herman apologists on the New York radio message board.
Yeah,
they're talking about the thread's gotten very big. It's the biggest thread in fucking
in a long time
years.
for those guys.
Oh my God!
But a lot of people yelling back and forth. I got tired and I just finally stopped reading their shit.
That's the biggest fucking thread since transmitter DL642 went down during Sandy.
But then you got boring board.
Bunch of fucking rubes.
And I just read one by Alan Stiffen, who is just an absolute dullard. But there was something, I guess people were going off, and he just types, enough! This is a radio board!
What do you think?
Hey, dummy, people are talking about a radio guy.
Yeah, you're finally getting some action on your message board. Let it go.
Stinks.
He writes that again. Somebody writes about, like, well, what about the children and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, okay, enough. Let's stick to the radio side of this.
Oh.
What's the radio side of this?
He's been out of radio for years.
Let's try to figure out what songs the 7-year-old listening to.
Do you think he'd get a gig on Radio Disney?
Right.
Like, what's the radio
side of this?
You know, the radio.
He's being accused of being a kid fucker.
Yeah, somebody who was big in New York radio was accused of being a kid fucker. That's a huge story, and people are talking about it like you're dumb bored.
Yeah.
And you want to fucking go in there and just go, hey, easy, guys.
Alan Sniffen, enough!
He's terrible.
Keep it to the radio side, guys.
Yeah.
Does he have board reflections on this?
Board reflections.
We haven't done board reflections in a while, but as soon as he has one, we have to play it on the show.
God.
He'll talk about Dave Herman and it'd be like, why can't we keep it on the radio side?
As a radio host, he was wondering.
Yeah.
It's just awful. Board reflections. Does anybody... This whole message board is designed for him to pretend that he has the gift of radio.
Yes. Meanwhile, he's a dentist.
Ugh.
Yeah, what's he doing?
Message boards in general are shit. They always start with good intentions and then
they just
become just shit.
Garbaggio.
They're not very, I don't think they're very used as much, at least anymore, because of the instant...
When you have your Twitters and whatnot.
And everything's
Facebooks.
Everything's on Reddit anyway.
Yeah.
I never go on Reddit, but
Reddit.
I find it hard to navigate for some reason, like an idiot I am.
Yeah, no, it definitely takes you.
Yeah, it's not user friendly.
But once you start using it, it's like easy.
Oh.
Board reflections.
You know what they've been doing a lot lately?
What, sweetie? You go.
On that board. They do this thing called radio rewind or rewound, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where they take old air checks and they put the music back into the air checks so it sounds like you're listening to the broadcast as it happened back in the day.
Denny must love this.
I think Denny has some involvement with some of this.
Wait, who's doing
We
this?
have an example? I know what you mean, my sweet.
Every now and then they post something that's called Radio Rewind or something like that, where they're taking old air checks that they find and recreating it. Like taking the air checks, putting it back with the music.
Yeah, the air
cleaning it
checks.
up.
There's never they never put the songs in the air checks.
Right.
Like when you turn your mic on, that's when the air check would start, and then you turn your mic on off during the song, and it wouldn't record the song. So they're taking those and editing back in the music and then put it on so it's like you were there.
Right.
It's a little time machine, isn't it? Great.
I don't mind that as much.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get why you do that.
When they're not posting photos to their trips to transmitter sites.
Yeah.
They don't go to transmitter sites.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Why? What do you do there?
A field trip to the transmitter?
Besides fry your balls off.
Yeah. They call it the stick.
Why would they visit that?
Radio people have terrible weekends.
They really don't have anything going on. Let's go to the transmitter.
All right, then you go. All right, let's play it out. Then you're there. Then what happens?
Some pictures, little fucking
Here's
Instagram.
me at some transmitter in Irvington, New Jersey, and it's just like one little shed with a fence around it.
It's always that dumb shed, the fence around it, and the giant fucking tower. Yeah. That's it.
All right.
Big whoop-de-doo.
Now what?
But they take multiple photos, and then...
Yeah, you got to post them, and then it's like, wow, really exciting picture of you at the fucking transmitter.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. Here, by the way, here's a Thursday throwback of me at the transmitter of WOR back. Cares.
Thanks for sharing.
Jesus.
Those guys make it really difficult to love and defend radio.
Oh, and E-Rock, you're one of these radio purists.
Yep.
Not to that level, no way.
Student of?
Yep.
Are you a student of?
Student of, yes. Purist, no.
I want to hear one of those things that you're talking about.
I'll see if I can find
All right, just don't tease us.
Alan Sniffen, Radio Rewind. Rewound Radio. Okay, whatever the fuck it is.
We got a lot of guests coming in today.
Yes.
We got Brian Regan next.
I believe he's here.
Why is he here?
He's probably promoting a tour.
7:54.
But I think he played locally over the weekend.
Yeah, he played over at Westbury.
Westbury.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe he just wants to say hi. Then we got a legend coming in today for reals.
Oh, come on. I'm here every day.
Tim Conway is going to be in the studio. Holy fuck.
Wow.
I remember being a little nothing, and he's on that Carol Burnett show.
Oh yeah.
And didn't you like when they cracked up?
Of course.
Yeah, couldn't hold it in.
I loved how natural it seemed.
Of course.
I want to do a crime drama and have that happen.
They just start laughing.
Yeah, I was always a big fan of when the old Carol Burnett show would do that. So I want to do like a murder mystery with the bodies of a couple are found butchered. And you see the sergeant laughing.
And then you got the Nick Offerman coming in. From Parks and Rec.
He's very funny.
He's a great character actor. He talks like that.
Is that his claim to fame?
Kinda. He's got a mustache.
Oh.
You know. Huh?
A request from Tim Conway's publicist.
Ooh, what's that?
Is that we plug my Beacon date for this Friday night with Dice.
All right.
Tim's a big fan, and
nice.
It's this Friday night, 8 o'clock.
That's got to be selling very well, no?
It is, actually. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what's hurt us in sales, why it's not totally sold out, is because it's the night after Halloween. And we didn't think of that when we booked it. And it's fucking, a lot of people are doing other things.
Yes, I myself would have gone, but I'm having my big Halloween gala.
Yeah, it's a big night for that stuff. We just honestly didn't think, because the theater was booked weeks after for other events, so... But
it'll be great.
Oh, I know. It'll be very close.
By the way, if you're a girl
I am.
that's coming to my fucking party, don't ask if you could bring your fucking guy friends. It doesn't work that way. I don't like guys over my house that I don't know. You want to be a chick and fucking come to the party, that's fine.
Fuck yeah!
Don't then last minute go, oh, can I bring a guy? I don't know these guys. I don't want them running around my fucking house.
Absolutely not.
What if it's their boyfriend?
Fuck them. Go again. Then you don't come.
We're trying to get some puss.
What do you want from me?
Fuck yeah.
I don't fucking want guys coming over that I don't fucking know.
You're inviting her so you can stick that big cock right in her puss.
You're going to get a deep dick in.
It is the worst, though.
No, it's just, I don't fucking, I don't, if there's girls walking around, that's fine. And there's going to be plenty of girls. You could all fucking get together and yap to each other. It's fine. But I don't want some strange dudes walking around my fucking house. I don't know them. I kind of know you. But I don't know a guy. I don't want some strange dude.
You don't want male energy there. You're trying to meet some gals. Go
exactly.
To the pool. Is the pool still open?
There's plenty of... No.
Oh,
no. She kept it open for Halloween.
It got way too cold this year.
Well, Open it up just for the weekend. How much would that cost?
Oh boy, well, it's already fucking covered. And
I know.
Yeah, that could be a problem. I know. Well, there's plenty of other activities that'll be going on, but yeah. Stop asking about your dumb fucking boyfriends. Don't need it. Got plenty of guys there. Don't worry about it. Plenty of dudes. Bros. But if you're a dude, want to bring your chick, that's
dude bros.
Goes one way.
You got any dude bros coming?
I got dude bros.
Man, all right.
Dude man bros.
I see Brian Regan walking down the hall, so why don't we take a break? Brian Regan next. Stay there.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Continues in moments.
Dreams, shattered pride, all because Annie took a hit on the wild side.
Just hear the street, like Earl said.
Oh, man.
Hear the street off of that right there.
I feel New York when I...
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling it.
Hear Lou Reed. Thanks, Earl.
Yeah. Hey, what? What happened?
Oh, yeah. What was this again?
Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Sounds like the Marky Mark.
And the Funky Bunch.
That funky bunch. He'll always just be Dirk Diggler to me.
I like when he plays Mark Wahlberg in his movies.
Yeah, you like that?
That's kind of fun. Oh, my God. Change your hair at least or something.
That's something.
Try to trick us. Hey, that's Mark Wahlberg being Mark Wahlberg in a movie. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
There's a few guys like that. I guess they're that great that they don't have to really do anything else but just show up as themselves.
Exactly.
Brian Regan's outside the studio.
Yes, let's get Brian in here. Brian Regan. He's just chatting.
I'm just chatting.
There he is. Hi, Brian.
Brian Regan, everyone.
How you doing, man? Hey. How you been? Good.
What's up, Brian?
Doing all right.
Welcome.
Hardest working man in show business right here.
In the biz.
That word whole thing hasn't been thrown around a lot. Hardest working man in show business. Everybody if you're doing anything in show business, you're the hardest working man in show business.
If you're a little successful, you're working hard.
Look at him.
Right?
Yeah.
Brian.
7,946th hardest working man in show business.
Yeah, you're not the hardest. You're up there.
Up there, you know.
When you consider how many there are. 7,000's not even, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
How you doing? Look at you. You look great. Still with a great head of hair on Brian. Hey,
what do you mean you're half asleep?
Yeah.
It's time to perform. Let's go.
No, I'm half awake. See? You got to be optimistic.
There you go.
Glass is half awake.
How was the Westbury gig?
That was fun.
Yeah, huh?
Were you in the round?
And theater in the round deal.
Yeah.
Have you done that, Jim?
I have, yes. There was a rumor that there was seats behind the big curtain I had.
Oh.
But I
Did they rotate the stage for you, Brian?
I've done those round things a few times, and I've never had them spin the stage. I don't think I could handle that.
You just walk around, kind of.
Walk around.
Yeah, you could do that yourself, I guess, if you think about it.
But
why do you need them to spin the stage for you?
If it's a band, you can't just keep turning the drum set.
I remember
for the other people.
Right.
You got the drummer gets up and just cocks that drum kit 45 degrees.
I remember seeing Yes in the round.
Wow, how was that?
It was Yes. Who cares? Now I get to see the drummer.
But the whole band turned, right?
Yeah, everyone was turning and spinning, whatever.
Was it cool when they did Roundabout?
Yeah.
You got to be up on your yes.
Perfect.
You got to be up on your yes to blurt out that type of humor.
That's a popular song.
Oh. Yeah, I saw a picture from Blue Oyster Cult's own Eric Bloom.
Yes.
You took a picture with Eric Bloom at the Westbury gig.
That's right. Rory, my manager, is a big fan of Blue Oyster Cult.
Yes.
And so he knew Eric Bloom, who came out and checked out the show. And,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't something the
Don't
Reaper.
Fear the Reaper.
Something the Reaper.
So I guess that picture wasn't your request.
I don't. We were singing it, but I didn't know that one word. Don't something the Reaper.
Take my hand.
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother, and he was actually in contact with Eric Bloom about that rumor that one of the callers called up the other day. We were talking about
and they're always
the cult and stuff.
They're always right, these callers.
Did you know mass murderer Joel Rifkin was one of the original guitar players for Blue Oyster Cult?
Yep.
So, like, my brother's on the phone, and he knows, the guys from Blue Oyster Cult, and he asks Eric Bloom, and Eric Bloom's like, what? He goes, no. He goes, when they arrested him, he had a Blue Oyster Cult poster on his wall. That's his clothing. And it turned into he was a guitar player for Blue Oyster Cult. But okay, so your manager was very excited or something.
Yes, yeah. And it was a fun experience.
Yeah, and then I had a few friends that went and said it was just fucking hilarious. You're a master at your craft.
Brian's always hilarious.
Very, very nice.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Where are you gonna be?
Well, I just did 4 nights, and I'm in town doing the Letterman thing.
Oh, David.
Bobby
Letterman. It's his podcast.
He's got a podcast. Bobby Letterman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's got to be fucking like 10,000.
How many times have you done Letterman, Brian?
This will be 26.
Wow.
26
times.
It's always.
Do you do panel or stand up and panel both?
I only do stand up.
You stand up?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a great room.
Have you ever sat down and chatted with him?
A couple of times.
Yeah? How'd that go?
Was
it good?
A couple times went well, and one time I got a little skittish.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I
skittish.
Well, I didn't really... He asked a question that was different than what I expected, so my brain
You can think on
down.
your feet, though.
But I didn't. I blew it.
Why did he ask you?
Well, it was supposed to be, are you taking care... He was supposed to say, are you taking care of yourself?
Oh.
And then I was going to go into my eye doctor stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, so he didn't realize that it was going into eye doctor stuff, so he said, so are you staying in shape? And in the back of my head, I'm going, well, what does that have to do with eye doctor stuff?
Oh.
So he goes, so are you staying in shape? And I said, yeah, I've been going to the eye doctor. And he goes, yeah, that'll keep you in shape.
Oh, no.
And,
oh, no.
I did the eye doctor routine, and in my mind, I'm going, I sound like an idiot.
Why would I convey this story?
Yeah, what does this have to do with what he asked?
That sounds very organic.
I don't know what you're asking me, but here's what I'm going to talk about.
So how was the flight across country? I like peaches.
Yeah, it was really goofy, man. So,
oh, well, hopefully that doesn't happen again.
I know.
Did you yell at him during spots? Don't you fuck up my setup like that, Dave!
No, it wasn't his fault. It was my fault, man.
I don't think it was. No, that sounds like his fault. He undermined your setup.
No,
I want to see this now.
Oh, I would tell him to go fuck himself now.
Oh, no. Why did I bring this up for?
No.
I'm going to show my worst...
No. I mean, if he's had you back 26 times, you're doing something right for the man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it might be on
there you
somewhere.
go.
It's YouTube. Your whole life is up there. It's every moment you ever wanted and don't want up there. It's just amazing. On your phone, you're pulling up like classic stuff. I remember when you used to have to think of things. Who was that actor or what was that?
Right.
I think I saw that person from the commercial in a TV show and stuff. And you would literally sit there and toil for weeks.
Or even in a conversation. It would be fun at a bar, just hanging around with people to wonder something. There's no wondering
There's no
anymore.
wonder.
The wonder lasts an eighth of a second. I got the answer right here.
Yes.
I want to wonder. I want to wonder a little bit.
It's taken the wonder away.
Yeah, the wonder is gone.
It really is. And then the feeling of satisfaction you got when you were the first one that blurted out who it was or the right answer, and everyone's like, oh, it was on the tip of my tongue.
Well, you just got to Google fast.
Yeah, now you got to be the fastest Googler.
Mm-hmm.
No, you guys are right. This
still
age,
get that.
This age stinks being able to look things up. It was always more fun to go, I'll talk to you tomorrow after I look at the Farmer's Almanac.
Yeah, I hear you. That
there's pluses and minuses to the whole thing. What else you been up to, Brian?
Yeah.
What are you doing these days?
Not
It's been a while.
You know, just
working Joe.
Stand-up comedy thing.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah. I wish I had a lot of big, crazy things to throw out and plug, but I'm plug free.
What do you do? Like, you got to do something to keep your sanity on the road. I mean, you've been doing this for a while.
I sleep.
You just sleep? Do you don't go and like catch the sights of the cities you're in?
No, that's not my.
Not your bag.
I hate like doing when you do a local radio phoner or something like that, and they're like, "Which one of your favorite things about our town?"
Oh, no, that's a jab at you.
No, I don't.
They gotta know you don't know.
Or else they're naive, and then you just gotta go, "Oh, I just love the sights and the." And the community, the parks.
You gotta go. It's everything.
Or you do what I do and go, I've never been to your stupid town. Hence the phone call because of lagging ticket sales.
There's Brian in his hotel room Googling Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh, I do like you.
Right.
Yeah, the hog farms.
I did one, and they said, is this your first time to the town? And I said, yeah, that's one thing that's fun about doing this is going to places that I've never been before.
Which is not true.
Well, and then that was a lie. But then I felt weird inside, and then I looked at my calendar, and I was like, oh, man, I was there last year.
Oh, no.
And I'm thinking, what do these listeners think? They were at the show, and I'm like, I've never been there.
He was here. He forgot about us.
And our village.
Screw him. Our village. Yeah, their village.
I'm playing villages now.
Does he know that our #1 export is toffee? No. They're all insulted. That's weird. So you sleep. A lot of comics, though, just hang out in the hotel room, sleep. That seems like a kind of weird existence, though. Like you're not... How much social interaction are you really getting?
My nickname in college was Rip for Rip Van Winkle.
Oh, okay.
I slept all the time. So,
you're ripping farts in the classroom.
Exactly. Hey, we're ripping dresses off at knife point.
I don't want to go the Jack the Ripper route. I went the sleeping under a tree route with a big beard.
Look out for Rip, ladies. Hangs out by the park.
I think it would be great to, travel like you guys do. But after a while, you've been to these cities so many times, there's nothing else to check out, right?
Yeah.
So then you're just happy to get a nice hotel and a nice bed, I guess.
You still live in Vegas, right?
Yes.
You come out of Vegas or New York, it's like there's so hard for other cities to compete with the stimulation of what you can see just where you live. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Vegas over the summer. It was fucking nice.
Yeah.
Had so much fun. Went down there and rented some of those machine guns. Just fired those off at the range.
Wow.
What a blast Vegas is.
I've been there 10 years. I haven't shot a machine gun yet.
Well, what are you waiting for?
The guy's like, here you go, fire this one off. I'm like, this is great. Yeah, we have, plenty of guns for you here.
And you can fire wherever you want.
Oh, they don't
give a
care.
fuck.
It's Vegas. It's the Wild West.
That's right.
I've been trying, the whole gun controversy. I've been trying to, understand the difference between an assault weapon and a non-assault weapon.
Right.
And anytime anybody explains it on TV, I'm more confused after the explanation. It's always said, condescendingly, you got these guys thinking that a triple-action, single-pull tug 44 magazine clip is the same as a 300 single-bolt double-action. That's like saying a 44-7-3-8-42 with a Colt revolver twist is going to be any different than a 300 single bolt action double clip. Well, thanks for clarifying that. That was the sticky point right there. Yeah. That's what I didn't understand. Thanks for straightening me out on that.
Shit. That's exactly what it sounds like. They're yelling at each other on the news.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. How often do you get back to Vegas? A year?
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
Every weekend, right? Well, during the week.
Yeah, I try to go
recharge
back
at the home base.
Got the kiddos back there. So,
sure.
And
how's that going? Raising the kids?
It's good.
It's fun.
Yeah, little boy is 14. Girl just turned 10.
Jesus!
Wow, that went fast.
Yeah.
That did go fast. My goodness.
He's
probably
as tall
14
as
years.
I am.
No.
And,
wow.
It's weird, because he's like a little boy still in his heart and soul, and I say, hey man, it's time to go to bed, and he goes in a man's voice now, okay, and then he goes to bed, and I'm like, all he's got to do is say, I don't think so, Dad.
He doesn't know that yet.
Right. All he's got to say is, I don't think so, and then he gets to stay up as long as he wants.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, what am I going to do? All right,
funny,
go to
man.
bed when you think you should, I guess.
14 as tall as you already. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's in the food?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Is he an athlete?
He's more in the video game thing. You know?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, he likes that whole world.
Visual athletics.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
I played something with him, Skyrim or something.
Yeah, Skyrim,
you know, he's in all that stuff. And, you know, you spend 35 minutes creating a character.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you want your eyes to be sort of round or kind of round, or you want them blue, do you want them hazel? I just want to shoot things. You know, so I finally create whatever this character is, and then the very first thing you do, in this game anyway, is you go over and the guy goes, "Come over here, you're about to be beheaded." And I'm like, I just spent 45 minutes creating this guy. You're going to chop my head off?
I just did my hair.
Yeah,
created my hair.
Created my hair and everything.
You're going to chop it off?
If I knew, I would have created a guy with a thicker neck.
How wide can I make his neck? And then they have some eagle swoop in and save you or something.
Oh, thank God for that.
And then the game continues.
Yeah.
I don't want the Skyrim people getting mad at me going, "Hey, no, we're not going to sell any Skyrim games."
Because people think it just ends with you getting beheaded after you've created your character.
It's a waste of time to chop the head off.
The end. Skyrim 2 coming soon.
That's what a great selling point that is, though. See Brian Regan be beheaded. I want to buy the game just to see that.
Yes.
He probably sold more games for it. You never get to see that.
What are his interests outside of video games? You like comedy and stuff? He's a funny guy?
They're both funny. My boy and my girl are both funny. They make me laugh, and you know. It's cool.
That is
one of my favorite experiences on stage one time was just out there doing my thing, and I looked back, and he was sitting in a place where I could see him, and he was laughing hard at me. And
wow.
That's pretty cool. It was like one of the best feelings I ever had on stage, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
What was the bit? Do you remember? Hope it wasn't some like awful bit about killing your parents.
Yeah, you're right, Dad.
He's laughing his ass off.
You're pointing out why wait for the money when you can kill them now while you're young and enjoy it.
Good point. I have to go back and watch the tape.
Wow, that's pretty cool to hear. You've seen it all, and that's what got you.
Oh, yeah.
Are you dating?
My girlfriend is here.
Whoa! He just pointed to Sam. What is that? I didn't even know.
Exactly. It's fucking
to my right is my girlfriend.
Yeah, all right. Good for Brian.
That's cool.
How'd you meet?
We met at Ron Schock. He's a comedian. His funeral.
Gee.
Wow, I like the way fucking Brian operates.
Yeah, really.
Fuck yeah.
Get them when they're sad.
Ron Schock, a very, very funny guy. He was one of the outlaws of comedy from Houston, and he was living in Las Vegas at the time, and passed away about a year ago. And I went to the service, not to the services, but there was a get-together that night for any people in the comedy industry that, wanted to show their respects. And just because he was another comedian, I wanted to go. And she had a connection, too. She knew his wife, and so that's where we met.
Wow, hey.
I never knew Ron Schock. I hear he was a nice guy and a very funny dude.
I didn't know him. I mean, I knew of him.
Just went for the chicks.
Yeah. He didn't know. The funerals for the brides.
By the way, if you said that your girlfriend now was Ron Schock's ex, you would have been my hero forever.
No.
I would have worshipped you.
Jeez. Oh, gee. Well, that's cool. How was that jumping back into the dating world?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah?
He's not going to say much. He's in the other room.
No, I know. It's just, not graphic details.
I mean, she's great, but the other chicks have been meeting her phenomenal.
Exactly.
No. Of course, I'm joking. So it's all good, yeah.
She from Vegas?
Well, she lives in Vegas, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what that just meant.
So you talked earlier about...
about
hitting towns and stuff like that.
Right,
yeah, she wants to do that.
Oh, really?
See, I want to sleep in, and she's like, let's wake up and
do stuff. Oh,
so
boy.
This ain't going to last.
Well, we expect our girlfriends to want to sit there and watch our third horseshit show in a row. Like, you saw the Friday, you saw the early show Saturday. What do you mean you don't want to watch the late show Saturday, too?
I'm brilliant. Look at the people laugh every show.
Oh, boy, there's a fucking woman's awe of comedy wear off 2 weekends on the road, and they're fucking done with it.
They're finished. You mind if I fly back home and pack?
No, she hangs in there.
That's good. How long? How long have you been hanging out?
A little over a year now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're in the magic portion of the relationship. I love that. Right?
We hold hands.
Oh, it's adorable. It's adorable.
Make out.
Just open displays of affection.
Out.
I put, we were at the movies a couple weeks ago, and I put my arm around her.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth.
Nice.
So,
that's good. Did
you do the old?
We're gonna see where this takes us.
The old hollow out the popcorn bucket routine.
That old gag.
Has anyone actually done that?
No.
Sure.
You think? You think someone has tried that?
Reach in, get some popcorn.
What was that from Diner?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. Was it Diner?
I don't know. It's an old gag. It's been around for a long time.
It wasn't a movie.
It wasn't a movie,
absolutely. It wasn't a movie. What movie were you going to see? What have you seen lately?
Gravity?
I haven't seen Gravity yet.
It's terrific.
Saw Lincoln.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That's good.
That's a great one to take a woman to.
Yeah, you want her to hate you.
Yeah.
That's when I put my arm around her.
Let's take a nap.
I just want you to know I'm anti-slavery.
And you know if she's smart or not, if she's going, what happens at the end of this?
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it.
Old Budinsky gets his.
I wanted to like that movie, but that was long.
Oh, God.
Why are they making movies this long now? I thought an hour and a half was sort of the deal.
Perfect,
and
right?
Now they're all they're these epics, and it's like, I don't need an epic.
Every movie I used to watch on TV, when it was on like Channel 5 or Channel 11, those crappy channels, was 90 minutes long, and that was with commercials.
Remember the Westerns especially would take all afternoon.
Sci-fis.
But it would be a 2-3 hour you would have to commit with the commercials.
No, those are like the How the West Was Won, like those epic westerns and stuff. But if you were just watching some Godzilla movie, 90 fucking minutes. That was
with commercials?
With commercials.
I don't know.
Bam, 90 minutes. Oh, yeah. Yep. Now it's, you go to the theater, you got to invest 4 fucking hours. And, how long? Gravity wasn't long.
90 minutes.
That was 90
very
minutes.
brief, actually.
There you go.
That was,
it was great.
A good length for a movie, though.
Was really good.
I would like to see that. That seems like a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
It's visually stunning. But the story, I don't know. Sandra Bullock, she's the same girl from The Bus. In space, though.
In space?
That's my review. That's my big review. Well, that's fucking...
thumb down? From
no.
You don't like it as much as the rest of us.
Go see it because it looks great. It's like cutting-edge fucking filmmaking.
You see it in 3D and...
Well,
like
the
IMAX and all that crap.
Like the Titanic, I like the special effects. I didn't need the first half of the Titanic. I could have gone in halfway through and just watched that thing sink.
The sinking was great, right? The love story stuff. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that stuff's yucky. Right? That's icky. That stuff's icky. So does your lovely young lady have cooties? You don't like cooties?
No.
No, of course not. Brian's doing good. I like that. Got a girl who's working like a mother. Oh, this is.
You do any acting work at all? Because Brian's like a pure comic. Like I like his career. It's like a Carlin career, where there's maybe a little bit of acting if you want to, but you fucking just sell and do great fucking stand-up.
Well, that's very, very kind. I did a movie, my only movie role ever here. There's the Chris Rock thing.
Oh, right. We saw you walking down the hall. We did a little of that.
You changed when that happened, too. I said hi to Brian. He didn't even look at me.
Who's this?
I was headed to my dressing room.
Get this guy away from me.
It's the tiny. I'm hoping that they don't cut me out. We'll see. But
have you been
it's
offered?
The only thing I've ever been in.
You had to have been offered roles in No?
Why aren't you offered
That's
stuff?
so
That's
weird.
crazy.
I would think playing the wacky teacher in some high school movie. Hey, welcome to social studies.
Just don't gravitate that way.
No, huh?
Did you like it, the Chris Rock experience?
Oh, man, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. I played a radio producer.
All right.
And I'm trying to get him to do a liner and I keep telling him that he's not being funny enough, which we can relate to.
Sure.
You know, and he'll do it, and I go, that's good, but if you could just kind of make it funny, you know, and he gets increasingly pissed off at me.
Of course. Who wants to hear that?
Right.
Make it funny. What do you fucking mean, shut up?
I mean, as I'm doing my stuff, I'm relating to his end of it going, because it's happened to me so many times.
Have fun with it.
I did a morning TV thing one time, and they're like, we're going to go to you right before we go to commercial for 30 seconds. Just be really funny, okay? What? What do you want me to do? Just be really funny. Just be really funny. Hey! It's Brian! How much? 20 seconds left. You're going to be talking to me when we come back.
You should have done just that.
Like we have a light switch, you know, a funny switch.
Tell them to do the news for 30 seconds without the teleprompter on and see where they go. Those bastards. See, I'm all serious now.
Yeah, but
hey, you tell them, Brian.
Right.
I like when they got to do they go from the lighthearted story to the serious story, but don't realize how serious the next story is, so they're laughing coming out of the previous one, going, boy, that sure sounds like one crazy Thanksgiving dinner. 47 people were killed today. It's like, wow, man, you had to switch fast.
You'd think they'd take that into consideration.
Yeah, right.
Kind of
soften it a little bit.
Yeah, kind of
maybe something in between.
Right.
In between there. Right? It's too harsh a transition.
Oh, boy, did I fucking... just reminded me, I did a cancer benefit last night for children's cancer.
And,
for it? Well, yes, I'm pro-cancer. I hate the fact they're fighting it. No, it was a benefit, I guess, for kids with cancer. And so I'm doing it, and the host is going to bring me on, and she says something like, I forget the wording she used, but like she's like, oh, your next act is like an amazing killer. It was a compliment.
No.
It was a compliment. She was being nice.
Oh.
And no one caught it, so I walked on and said, an amazing killer. Boy, I don't know if you should say that at this benefit. And it got a 0.
No!
It got a fucking 0.
Well, you had to address it.
That was smart. I think you were popping the bubble. And,
Yeah, just being silly.
Oh, my God.
I got a good laugh.
0. I was like, oh my, it was truly uncomfortable, and I'm like,
Did you turn him around?
Yeah, it turned out to be a really good set, but I just went really slow, like that was the way it was supposed to be. But it was like one of those awkward transitions where it was a dead, absolute, uncomfortable bomb.
Oh, that's really uncomfortable, because that's got, like, something behind the uncomfortability that's tragic.
It's your first moment on stage, too. And
you're
trying to get your foot in the door, and it's like, here's my first comment. Nothing. Nothing.
Fucking 0
going on.
And a 0 with purpose. Like, terrible.
Wow.
And it's the more you commit too. You know, like sometimes if it's new like that, you want to just make it sound like you're not really committed to it. So if it doesn't work, But if you commit to it, and they know you committed to it, it's just very strange.
Yeah, and I had to put my water down. Because at Gotham, you don't have anything to put your water right on, so you have to step back a little bit. So, boy,
ouch,
that almost ruined my month. But
I heard a cricket during a show. That's a true story.
You did.
I did a joke. I was bombing at a corporate gig, and I did a joke, and a window was open near the stage, and I heard a... and that's like the proverbial thing.
Yeah, that's disheartening.
Yes. Yeah. My punchline, then that.
Ouch.
And the audience heard it too, and I was like, wow.
It's like funny. That's funny. He brings a cricket for when he bombed. It's amazing. You need a cricket
Brian
wrangler.
and the cricket.
You're really bombing? I can't picture you bombing at a corporate. You're perfect for them.
Well, I mean, I appreciate it, but yeah, I mean, everybody's going to have their bad shows, you know. And when I bomb big.
Wow.
Because I'm physical. You know, I mean, like if you're just a monologist, you can kind of act like, well, that wasn't supposed to get a laugh anyway. I can't pretend that. I'm up there moving around. If it's just the room is filled with silence, it's just nothing but awkward.
Do you know, I would give a year of my life to see that for an hour.
Oh, wow.
The joy of watching that.
You would love that.
Oh, my
Brian squirming in front of a crowd.
Because, again, Brian, it's so, I can't picture it happening. I don't think I've ever seen Brian in a bad set, ever.
That's nice, but...
Pantomiming, eating, and fucking watching people just looking on with nothing.
It's going to happen.
Wow.
I did one show one time and just got nothing. You know, it was like an hour-long set in front of a bunch of older guys, like at a golf club, you know what I mean? They're like older guys without their wives... And then somebody thinks it's a good idea to bring a clean comedian in to a bunch of guys who are drinking after rounds of golf.
Yeah.
So I got nothing. And what made it worse is they were incredibly polite. Like, they paid attention. Like, I would rather they all start talking.
Yeah, milling about.
I would rather they just start talking, and then you go, oh, they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they're paying attention.
They're not hearing my genius.
And rejecting it.
And they're rejecting me. And I got off stage, and this guy came up to me and handed me a glass of scotch and said, I thought you might want this. I was like, you are right. You are right.
Yeah, they probably all laughed out, too. Golfing with just guys, they're joking
because they know how to joke
laughing out on the golf
when
course.
they're out there, right?
And then they get back, and it's like,
they all got a joke or two.
They're all comedians out there on the course. Of course.
You said that's what an agent or a publicist would say on the way back to the hotel. They're probably all laughed out.
They're laughed out. And you have to go to sleep with that. They were laughed out.
They were right.
I believe
How
that.
did the gig go?
Ending point.
They were laughed out.
They were laughed out. I believe.
You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So have they taken up pitchforks and torches for Chris Angel in Vegas yet to chase him out of town?
I haven't seen that show yet.
No,
Brian doesn't want to tackle that one.
I know.
I hear he's doing good.
We don't like him anymore.
Oh. Brian's just like, yeah, well, I love him. He's part of our economy there in Las Vegas,
Come
Nevada.
on out to Las Vegas.
Yes.
You can't go after the Las Vegas guys. They all stick together, even if they don't know each other.
Oh, I know. That's
Part
why
of
I said
a community.
it. Yeah.
Vegas is really building up. My God.
He goes shopping with Penn.
Yeah, probably.
Just like, hey, let's get all those Vegas people.
I saw, what's his name, David Copperfield.
Oh, yeah?
That was good.
How was that good?
Yeah.
What was he doing? Buying duct tape and the fucking tickets to his island?
Jesus. That island. Wow.
He has an island.
He has an island, which...
I saw Copperfield. His act doesn't hold up.
What?
I don't like it at all.
Oh, come on, Brian.
It's illusion.
Yeah, it's illusion.
It takes you out of the illusion when you see that the shadows are moving during his bit.
Uh-oh. Some lighting techs got fired.
He got lazy. He filmed everything on a beach, but instead of coming back every day for a while where the shadows would be the exact same, he decided, oh, screw that, and did a whole day of taping. So the shadow from the palm tree is way over here now when it was supposed to all happen instantly.
Yeah, you can't depend on the sun.
No. He got a little lazy in his illusions, Brian.
You catch many Vegas shows? I guess not, right? You probably don't do a lot of Vegas-y things.
I saw, Don Rickles.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a regular show in Vegas, but he performed there recently, and geez, just amazing watching somebody that's been around a long time, a legend, going up there doing his thing, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that.
Pat Cooper said he should retire.
Remember Don Rickles should?
Yeah.
Well, Pat Cooper retired on our show.
Pat Cooper.
He retired on our show.
I want to say Don Rickles. Past his prime.
Yeah.
It's degrading.
You know what was sad? I saw him 2 days after our appearance. I forgot to tell you guys.
Yeah.
On the street, because we see him all the time. He
didn't recognize you.
Oh, he recognized me immediately. Okay. And I go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm going home to make lasagna. And I'm like, will you go and do stand-up? What are you doing?
Stop doing Italian shit. We get it.
But he had 2 grocery bags.
That's all he does.
From Fairway.
He's rolling a giant meatball home.
He had 2 bags of groceries. He was going home to make lasagna. 2 days after he retired on our show. He's not doing stand-up anymore, which is crazy.
You guys have Tim Conway coming in?
In a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the book. I grabbed one of the books.
Yes, Tim Conway.
That's cool.
That's a comedy legend right there.
Is he performing, or
what's he doing? He's got a book.
He's got a book out. It's called What's So Funny, My Hilarious Life. And I guess he's promoting the paperback, which is
a blast to watch, man. And Carol Burnett, and he's got a son who does a radio.
Yeah, he does.
Tim Conway Jr. out in L.A.
Yeah, he does a talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Conway Jr.
Tim Conway Jr.
That's got to be rough to live up to the name, you know?
He's
I'll
actually
live up to that. Is he good?
Yeah, I've been on his show a few times.
Oh.
Good guy.
Oh, would you rather be on his show right now, Brian?
Yeah, what are you saying?
That's why I got to get out of here. I got to go do the Tim Conway Jr. show.
What are you saying about that?
He actually does a good job.
He actually has much better questions.
He's, he does a good job at the radio.
You might want to look into that.
He does some new technique. It's called preparation.
Right.
Oh, that's him right there?
Oh, there he is.
Let me see him, Sam.
like,
I can't see.
He has a Tim Conway look to him.
Looks like Kevin Pollak a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't look like his old man, really.
A little bit.
Yeah, looks like Lou Reed.
No, that's
Lou Reed.
Oh.
What do you think of Lou Reed dying there, Brian?
Oh, it's tragic.
Tragic, right?
Brian's thumbs up. There's no reason for this.
I
Brian,
don't know what else to say.
Brian,
Tragic.
probably not a Lou Reed fan. I know. I'm not either. I can't stand all this accolades, all the accolades he's getting today because he's dead.
And the African American girls go
That
guy.
Right.
Yeah,
That's him. Nah, I say fuck him.
So wow.
No, well, he's getting all these accolades from people that never even gave a shit about him until he died. You know.
Well,
yeah, the guy from
go.
You know, you get other famous guys that were famous back in what I call the day, and then they die and they get nothing. But it's cool to like Lou Reed. So, you know, if you want to seem cool, seem like you're really upset about Lou Reed dying, and people will be like, wow, that guy's cool.
You got it, man.
Yeah.
Truth in lyrics.
That's right.
He's an American poet. Ugh, shut up.
He's not. Dr. Seuss was.
Like,
fucking doesn't rhyme. It's not a poem as far as I'm concerned.
I like that.
Absolutely.
What a hack.
Dr. Seuss, I mean, I love most of it, but, like, I think later he started just kind of, like, coasting. Because there's one book that I read, it's like, is that a Zabel on the table? Is that a Belf on the shelf? And going, come on, you cranking these out every 5 minutes? Come on.
And not even
go back
words.
to the places you'll go. That was a good one. You can't just make a Belf on it. There's no such thing as a Belf.
He's just making up shit that rhymes with other
You just
real
find
shit.
stuff and you just rhyme it. That's a Zindo in the window. No, there's no such thing as a Zindo. Come on, Dr. Seuss. Put a little effort into this.
Very good.
You pass that point now. You don't have to read, books.
No, I don't
to
have to
kids
read anymore.
You don't have to read anymore.
Yeah.
Well, your bit on kids' books is
I
terrific,
love
because
that,
now I got to read the books of the kids, and I can't believe how much they fucking get for these books.
Did you buy the clock?
I thought a hilarious Brian Regan bit, obviously,
Yeah.
but I'm like, well, he's obviously exaggerating. But no, it's just like that. And they're 3 pages long, and
It's
there's
really,
nothing.
You see all these people releasing children's books now,
Right.
and like you can see why. It's like, so I got an afternoon to kill. I'll write a kid's book.
Yeah. We just had on John Lithgow. Well, Lithgow.
Yeah, he's
as
got
I'm told. He's got 8 kids'
children's
books
A
out.
whole bunch. Henry Winkler comes on. He's got a whole. And they're more young adults, like 12, 13-year-olds.
Oh, yeah, that's a little different. There's a lot more words.
Is it
in those
Henry
books.
Winkler or the Fonz?
We've had the.
Is it Henry?
We've never had
Henry.
the Fonz on.
Yeah.
Hank Winkler.
We've had Hank on.
Yeah.
It's a little different as Hank.
Yeah, well,
We like him.
not quite Henry Winkler.
Even if the Fonzie was kind of a fucking dork. You look back on it. Who thinks that's cool? He folding the chair, helping out.
Eating your veggies is cool.
What guy helps out around the Cunningham's house?
That's true.
Hey, Mr. C, that looks heavy. What are you doing? You should be fucking Joni in the mouth.
If you're cool, right?
Yes, if you're cool.
If you're cool, that's what you do.
Exactly.
You don't fold up the
Exactly.
chair.
You're gonna be mushing Mrs. C's tits with a rolling pin. Holy shit.
Wow.
That's a good point, though.
That is.
Let someone else fold up the chair.
Yeah.
Take
I
him out of
watch
the
a show
house.
and I never thought to get angry about it. Jim watches the show and knows that there's some anger in
I'm
it.
just observing.
Holy shit. Fonzie's not cool.
I do like
unless
the
he's-
fact that he would hold meetings in the bathroom, make
Yeah.
fucking Potsy and Ralph mouth smell his dumps while they ask for advice over the stall door. That's a power trip.
jeez. We got to go in there, Fonz? This is where the meetings are held.
Never saw it that way. Come in here, my office. And there he is.
Yeah, Richie's squatting, peeking through that little hole that the Fonz drilled. Smells like amyl nitrate. Fonz is doing poppers.
Twisty.
Holy Twisty.
Oh, boy.
That's Twisty.
She goes Twisty.
That'd be my review of that.
People are asking if you'll ever do a TV show. Well, I think you kind of answered that. You'd be perfect for TV.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. You can't just decide on your own that you're going to do a TV show. Other people have to weigh in on that.
Yeah,
that's the part I don't like.
Yeah, a lot more people would have TV shows if it was that easy.
I know.
You know, I've decided.
I'm going to go do that right now. I'm going to be on at 8 o'clock tonight, prime time.
I've been thinking.
No, it's an honor that people would think that. Absolutely. But, you know, it's hard when you're a stand-up and you have complete autonomy. It's hard to want to give that up, you know, and all of a sudden be part of a team.
But you got, you know,
a team.
You look like Louis C.K. did it. I don't know how people walk into these networks and get complete creative freedom on their first or second project.
Cool. Yeah.
You know, it's some kind of Jedi mind shit he's working, because then you hear from other people, it's like, I just gave away my dignity and my pride and everything that I felt was important to me in life for this show. And they fucked it up.
Well, they have to want you more than you need them. And he was willing to walk. If you're willing to walk, most times you'll have to walk. But there will be the occasional time where, like, nah, we really want you more than you need us, so we'll let you do what you want to do. And that's how he did it.
Oh.
Because they wanted him badly, and he would have walked.
Yeah, he's at that level where he could have just said, hey, no, I want to do it my way.
And then someone else would give it to him his way.
No.
Yeah.
Turned out to
I wish more networks would start doing that. If you want to do something, go do it, and we'll get out of your way.
Yeah, and then if it's good, we'll keep it on. If it sucks, you're gone. But at least, you know.
But we'll stay out of the creative process.
But they have to justify their jobs. Like, if that was the case, then, you know.
I always wondered if you put up a set of bleachers, right? You put a blank canvas, right? And then you put Van Gogh, and then you put a set of bleachers with network executives in them, what would end up on that canvas? Put some more blue in there. I don't want any blue. Do the flowers have to be so... Can you make the flowers a little different? Let him paint. Let him paint.
No, we can't make the flowers any distant. They tested well, so the flowers are.
Yeah, the flowers.
People want blue flowers.
Yeah,
paint blue flowers.
Look, there might be a problem here if you don't do it the way we want you to do it. Yeah, you poor bastards.
My show's coming close to getting picked up.
Yeah.
Where I play the detective who doesn't get along with his sergeant, and my black partner's a lot smarter than I am.
Do you do things like your own way?
I certainly do. A lot of times every week I have to walk in and like, give me your badge. I'm like, take it.
I remember watching an episode of Cannon.
Cannon.
Yeah, he went to go talk to some, sergeant at another district, and there was a guy out front saying, well, you can't go back there because you don't have a meeting. You're not on the list. And he just went past the guy and said, you got a guy out at that desk who thinks going by the book is the way things should be done. Well, shouldn't they be done that way? Shouldn't they be done that way? Why? He's not supposed to let you in. That's why he's there.
I saw Cannon on an episode chasing some young guy through the woods, and he's running, and he wouldn't get 30 feet before he just fell down, or at least be winded. Then he pulls out that snub-nosed .38, holds it down by his hip. All right, freeze! There's no finesse in how he apprehends somebody. Those are great shows, though. Quinn Martin production.
What was the one with Captain Kirk?
Oh, T.J. Hooker?
T.J. Hooker.
Yeah.
There was one where he's in the police station with the other cops, and there's a desk with one phone, and then these other people called the police. And that was the phone that rang.
For the police.
Yeah, those three. But police! What? There's something wrong? We'll be right there. There's like a phone that just rings that they just pick up.
Yeah, no switchboard operator, no 911 operator.
That's what happens when you call the police.
The police. T.J. Hooker was great because it was the same Captain Kirk delivery, but he's a cop. It's like, "You're done, scum." Slide across the hood of his car, pull his gun out. "Okay, freeze." I loved Shatner's acting in that.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Great. Man.
And then they had the young upstart partner that he had, and TJ had to teach him the ropes. How that show lasted so long, and then he was on. Did he used to do Rescue 911?
No.
Shatner? Yeah, Rescue 911.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
I remember every episode he was like, "Time is of the essence. Hypothermia is setting in." It was every episode, somebody in the water. It could be an inch of water. "Time is of the essence. Hypothermia is setting in." He called 911. Ooh, you smell nice.
You smell really good, yeah. I noticed that, too.
What are you wearing? You smell delightful.
What are you wearing?
What is that?
I got it at Whole Foods. It's called Lotus.
Lotus?
It's like one of those little oils.
At Whole Foods?
Damn. Oh, it's not a spray perfume?
No, it's just a little oil you get at Whole Foods. And
Damn good.
Yeah.
Took us out of the Brian Regan interview.
Yeah. Somebody smells like Lotus.
That's all it takes with us. You smell good! We forgot where we are.
Me too. I was like, oh my God, okay.
You smell like a fun booth at the Ren Fair.
Renaissance Fair.
Yeah.
I don't go to that shit.
Right.
The fun booth with the incense.
I think we got a break just because Tim Conway, I think, is here.
Oh, man.
Brian, you can stick around for Tim Conway. We're not kicking you out, sir. It's up to you.
To at least say hello to him.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Like the Tonight Show.
You're going to move over to my seat?
I don't want to take.
You move over to where that
just young Sam.
Worthless fucker is?
Yeah. The seat warmer.
Brian, you're promoting anything?
Nope.
Not really, huh?
Wow.
Oh, Letterman tonight.
Letterman will be actually this coming Friday.
This coming Friday, okay.
Yeah, taping on Thursday.
Maybe there's people out there that don't watch Letterman, but they should this Friday because our pal Brian Regan will be on.
Yes.
Definitely check that out.
Thank you.
And we got Tim Conway next. Stay there. Happy that he is. Don't forget Brian Regan's going to be on Letterman this Friday night.
Ah, Mr.
And a
Tim
legend is now
Conway.
walking in the studio.
That's young Travis right there.
Wow.
Hi, Tim Conway. Anthony, how are you,
Tim
sir?
Conway.
There's Opie.
A pleasure, sir.
Hi, Opie.
All right, buddy.
There's, of course, Jim Norton.
Hi, Tim.
Jim.
If you want to sit down, we're on, too.
Comic, and of course,
and that's Brian Regan
another
over
comic
there.
over here, Brian Regan. Take a seat right there in the middle. Nice
to see me, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, sir.
It really is nice to see you.
The seat of honor right there.
Yeah.
And,
oh, yeah.
Wow.
Tim Conway.
Who would have
right
thought?
Here. I know. Who would have thought? You know,
cool.
Who would have thought? I was just watching McHale's Navy recently.
Yeah.
All those shows making a resurgence on like Me TV and other cable channels all over. There's my God. That was quite politically incorrect for nowadays. But back then, you could have the hijacked Japanese guy on the ship with you. Yeah, no one cared.
The Jap.
The Jap, they called him. Yeah, they would. It was amazing. But, boy, what a funny, slapsticky show.
Yeah, it was pretty much like the real Army.
Right, just like it, right? During World War II, they were doing that stuff. Hijinks and shenanigans with old Lead Bottom.
Yeah, I was in the Army for 2 years and 2 weeks. When you're court-martialed, they put that time on the...
they've actually add that on. Oh, that's handy.
I was on guard duty one night, and I knew the lieutenant was coming around, and it's the most boring thing to sit there from 12 to 6 in the morning with nothing to do. So I left my post, as you should never do, and I went in the back of a car and took a little nap, and I forgot when I got out my rifle, which the Army is really annoying about that.
Yeah, I would
They give you a rifle and they say clean it, sleep with it, and all that crap.
Boy.
Anyway, so I had to go on my post as our guard duty, and the lieutenant was supposed to come around, and I realized I didn't have a rifle. So I went in the trash bin and picked out a long neon tube light, and as he came around the corner, I said, halt, advance, and be recognized. Give me your name, rank, and serial number. And he started to do that, and he looked at me and he said, what is that? And I said, it's a light bulb, and if you come any closer, I'll turn it on. So I spent another 2 weeks.
Another 2 weeks in the service.
Rocks, yeah.
Was there anything you guys wanted to do on Carol Burnett that you couldn't do because of network standards? Or things that they wouldn't let her do? Because 67, 68 or whatever was a lot different than today.
I'm sorry, you spoke a little too fast.
I do that a lot whenever.
No, we had no trouble with that at all. Well, Carol used to swear a lot on air, but for the most of us...
I remember that. It was
yeah.
shocking as a child to hear F-bombs being dropped like that.
Yeah.
Embarrassed the whole...
No, we never had trouble with that.
Did you guys go out live? Or was it a pre-tape?
It's hard to go out dead. I swear to God. Yes. No, we were live. Yeah. Everything was live in those days. Well, this is live, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is.
But
unfortunately,
there's something that feels really frightening about going out live like that. And I guess it also, whatever the moment is, you kind of have to go with it.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Just wanted to explain to Tim Conway how comedy was done. What's wrong with me? Why don't I shut up?
I wasn't listening.
How'd you get involved with Carol back then?
I met her once.
Not you.
Oh.
I was on the Gary Moore show in New York, and she happened to be on the Gary Moore show at the same time. And so when she got her own show, she said, "I never want to have Tim Conway on the show."
Yeah,
so,
keep him off.
I showed up anyway, and she liked what I did, so I was there 11 years.
Wow, you were there right from the start, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Oh, they didn't know it, but I was.
Oh, okay. You were kind of lurking behind the scenes, waiting.
Yeah, I was pretty much. Well, the first year I guested for 3 shows, and then they did 33 shows a year, and I did 32. And then I would save that last week in case I was a guest host on somebody else's show. And they said, "This is stupid, do the all 33. And I said, well, I have to leave that week open. And then I would do their show.
What were you doing before
on their show.
Before the television part of your career? What?
I wanted to be a jockey, so I was at
that's nice.
Randall Park in Cleveland. Trying to do that, but of course at this weight, even the horses ask you to get off. You could have been a jockey, for God's sake.
Oh. You think so?
Yeah.
Where my comedy career is going, I might as well give it a shot.
That's what you're going to be plugging next time.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be at Belmont's in the third race.
Jim Norton's going to be over at Churchill Downs. Wow.
Yeah, because I wonder. How you got into television? How would you make the jump from? Were you doing what type of comedy were you doing outside of television?
I was dyslexic, so when I got up to read, people would laugh at me, and they thought that was hysterical. So eventually that led to my just entertaining people.
That's bullying now.
Yeah, isn't it though? Yeah.
And that started your career.
Yeah.
So bullying's good, kids.
Bullying is good.
I think bullying is good,
It gives people ambition.
Right. Advanced my career.
Yes.
How did you remember? Because we interviewed Henry Winkler, and we got it out of him that he did play the Fonz. I mean, we're a top-notch show. How did you?
It's hard to get him on that track.
He never admits it, but we got the thumbs up. It was an amazing moment for us. But he said for dialogue that he would just get the gist of it, and because he had the problem memorizing dialogue because of dyslexia. So what did you do when you had to go after? How would you memorize?
He
dialogue?
used to go, yeah.
No, Fonz. That was the original line, and he went, hey, and they're like, all right, we'll go with it.
Screw it, right?
Yeah, the Zonf was his original name.
So hard to get him to talk about that.
Get him out of his shell.
I'm sorry, I forgot the question. But
how would you memorize dialogue, or what would you do if would you just read it and slowly, or what would your thing be to memorize?
I have a photographic. What the hell?
Camera?
It wasn't that difficult, actually.
I heard Gleason had that. You could actually look at a script once or twice, and you're pretty off book with it.
Who?
Gleason.
He gets you. He keeps nailing Jimmy with these things.
Who? Say what?
I love it. It's fine.
My God.
I'm sorry, I forgot the question. And you.
I'm very forgettable. I really am. I fade like invisible ink as you look at me. No, what was the? I forgot it too.
Take your time.
Oh, do you really have a photographic memory?
No.
No.
It was kind of a joke.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
You're very
pretty
deadpan.
sharp, I'll tell you.
Did you really want to be a jockey?
Yes, I did.
See, I never know when you're kidding. You brought this on yourself.
That's
part of the.
This weight, even the horses ask you to get off. Did I say that already?
You certainly did, but it's all right.
Well,
not quite like that. It was delivered differently.
You did, you know. Yes, I did, and I only weighed 105 pounds, so that was no problem at the time. And my dad was training horses while he was cleaning up crap. So yes, that was my goal in life.
Wow.
But falling off as much as I did, people get annoyed when they bet on your horse and you come across the finish line and you're not on the horse.
Jockey falls off the horse, yeah. That's pretty much your bet's done. At that point, you lose.
Yeah.
So when you would did you? And I know this is such a dumb question, but the greatest fear is you're going to forget a line, and on going out on live television, it's very frightening that you're going to forget something and blow the scene for everybody, right?
Yes, it is.
Good. No. We'll be right back after this, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Conway is breaking down and crying. My deep question.
Now, is this your first day? It isn't your first day, is it?
No, it is actually. Yes. I won a contest. They said interview somebody you know nothing about.
Really well. You really are.
Yes, he's doing amazing. What a good job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it. And it was an ensemble cast, of course. Was there any? Because you hear about like SNL and the people are very competitive there and stuff. Was there any competition between you guys on Cal Burnett as far as who got to go out?
We're going to ignore you now.
I don't blame you. I mean, after that crack question, you're an ensemble cast. How come you don't jump all over him for his awful observations? Wow, you noticed that Carol and Harvey were there with Tim?
Don't blow my candle out to try to make yours brighter.
Brighter? I don't have one lit. Pile of wax.
Last day. Again, I forgot the question.
Oh, jeez.
Here's the answer.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't.
No competition.
No competition.
Just love.
I was a much better performer than her.
Well, of course. Of course.
No question about that.
Yeah, Harvey, of course. Did they all start at the same time? Because I guess they brought Vicki Lawrence on a little later.
Vicki was on the original foursome, whatever it was.
Oh, well then, screw me running.
Yeah.
Again, another.
Yeah, you really don't know the time frame.
Don't have any of the facts correct.
Well, that's why I'm going to read Tim Conway's What's So Funny.
It's all in here.
Which is the book. It's right here in this very book. What's So Funny by Tim Conway.
Put that thing away.
And this, what is this? But is this your entire career? Because it's a little thin. Tim.
I don't know. I haven't read it. But I'm looking forward to it.
It looks. Tim is doing some signings.
Wow!
If you want,
really?
Yeah. Let's.
He doesn't even know about this.
What is that?
It's
you just go down and sign.
Yeah, he's just gonna sign some books for some people, and tomorrow, October the 29th, the book review in Huntington, Rhode Island. Great independent bookstore.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
You finally made it, Tim.
November 8th.
It's a big signing at
Vroman's bookstore.
If you're not doing anything, you want to come down?
Oh, I'm busy.
Banter.
That'd be nice.
No, I am actually doing nothing.
Really?
I'm happy to go.
I can understand that.
I'd be happy to go to your book signing.
That would be cool. Is this your first day here?
It certainly is.
Oh,
Tim just hurt everybody's feelings.
He makes people laugh on television and then just insults people and makes them feel bad about themselves in real life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, Jimmy, you okay?
You okay? Yeah, I can't believe you're 79.
Gonna be 80 this year, Tim.
I'm 80 this year.
Wow.
December.
That follows 79.
Yeah. So, well, he's still sharp, too.
Yeah. Well, Yeah.
Yeah, that's an illustrious career.
Got it. You know,
of course.
Important thing.
What are you working on these days?
Nothing.
Aside from that, nothing.
No, it's over for me.
No.
This is my last show.
Sorry to hear that.
I wanted to close with this.
Yeah, with this, and that whole career just culminates on this very program.
Hold on, good question coming up.
Here we go.
Look at this.
All
Look
right.
at this. He came around.
Yeah.
I was a fan of Mr. Tudball and Mrs. Wiggins.
Yes.
And the amazing thing about Mr. Tudball was how slowly you did everything. And were you... Is it frightening to go so slowly and not rush the laugh or rush the moment?
I guess the good question is after this one?
Yes, this was one to get him going. That was a shit question. And then the follow-up one is a zinger. Please, I don't tell him my method. It's an amazing method.
That's... again, I forgot the question, but yes.
I finally understand what Jimmy was saying, though. Yes. You want to kind of the comic timing of the whole thing. You kind of it would make you a little nervous to have to do things so slowly and pull the audience along with you like that until it gets fun.
To allow that to breathe.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, explaining comedy to the great Tim Conway.
Well, I'm more asking because that's a very frightening thing to allow because I tend to just rush.
Well, when you get a script like that, I mean, does it say that you're going to be moving slowly, or do you look at the script? Mystery person.
Timmy
I wanted to participate. I wanted to be in on this.
No one wants to talk in this room right now.
Do you read the script and then decide that you're going to, hey, I'm going to do this guy really slowly, or was this suggested to you?
I don't see this going well.
No, Tim. I take some of the heat off Jim.
Thanks, Brian. To just listening. So, Jim, what do you think?
Brian dove on the grenade there and just blew his guts out.
Wow. At least disperse.
That was actually my good question, so I'm happy you threw it out there.
Oh, boy.
Hey, during McHale's Navy, were you able to actually go out on a battleship or a destroyer like that?
Actually, it was cardboard.
It was cardboard.
The one we,
I remember the cardboard
track underneath.
It was.
So, yeah.
So it moved that way.
Really,
so when it pulled away from the dock, it was just going on a little railroad track.
Going out into the middle
but
of
just because you were on the show, like you never got to, like when Tom Cruise did Top Gun, they took him up in the plane to show him what it was like.
That was Tom Cruise.
Yeah. They never took you out on a battleship or a...
No.
Oh, man.
No, I never had anything to do with it. I was in the Army for
you were, okay.
much too long.
Was it during the big one?
Big what?
A hernia. Anything like that? It was during the...
Yeah. Give everybody a trust, and you march down the main street on Memorial Day.
So I guess it was a little after WW2?
Oh, yes.
So you lucked out.
I waited for that to cool down.
That
could have been...
what an understatement. To cool down.
That global conflict. To cool down.
Yeah. That's an understatement. Yeah. So you were between wars.
Yes.
That's nice.
Very much so. And you?
I just wanted to just listen.
That's good. He jumps in once in a while.
I've never been in the military.
That's good for radio.
Yeah. We allow everything to breathe a little bit.
We like silence on the radio. Wow. So, okay, you're in the military. What? Some kind of motor pool guy? I picture you in the motor pool.
I was in special services, actually.
That sounds very secretive.
Yeah.
What is special services?
I don't know. I had the combination to a safe, and I would open it in the morning and shut it at night. And I was in charge of that safe.
Probably big secrets about the Cold War.
Oh, yes. Well, we had we assigned people in Seattle to overseas, to Japan, and there was no conflicts or anything. So, because the Japanese were okay.
Imagine some guy watching television. He sees you on the Cal Burnett show and goes,
That's what I'm
that guy had access to the nuclear codes and didn't even know it.
I had access to the entire strength in the South Pacific.
Of the South Pacific,
and
really?
I used to leave the safe open at night sometimes, and I would go home sweating.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't matter. You knew Mikhail.
That worked out in the end.
We weren't attacked.
Yeah.
I met you years. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to try it again.
Jimmy.
I met you.
You want to get close.
I just really do. I just want to be frank with Tim Conway. It's not happening.
Yeah, well, that isn't happening.
I met you and Harvey Korman together. You were doing Vegas. I was on the Late Show with Dice.
Oh, yeah.
You were on the early show.
Funny guy, yeah.
Yeah, me and Florentine were on the Late Show. I'm saying Florentine. I'm just throwing him into this. And we didn't get to see you and Harvey because the tickets were sold out and we couldn't get tickets.
And
they wouldn't comp us. So
we could see your show anytime.
There's plenty of seats. You could have laid down in the front row in a sleeping bag and just enjoyed it.
Oh, my God.
Tim Conway is a mean little bastard.
Oh, my God.
No, I do remember those days.
It was only about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Were you doing stand-up or were you just doing sketches?
I don't think it's any of your business. What were we doing? Yeah, stand up. Well, sit down wasn't in vogue then. So, you don't mind if I blow my nose?
I'd prefer it. No, please. It's one time you're not being mean.
Until he wipes it on you.
Can you hold it?
Yeah.
You hold this. Just throw some flu at you.
You dropped some dollar bills, sir.
Oh, that was just a napkin.
Jimmy.
All right. Let's see.
Later. What are all these names you have there?
This is your IMDb.
IMDb?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Internet Movie Database.
Oh, my God.
That's the history of everything you possibly could have done on television and movies.
Pretty impressive. You memorized this, obviously, because you want to talk about a lot of these shows.
I did, actually.
There must be 50 or 60 things there.
There's a lot more than that if you go back to the other page.
You did a lot.
Yeah. You were in Speed 2. I'd like you to talk about that.
Okay, well, did you see Speed 1?
I did.
Yes, of course.
It was pretty much the same thing. They just played it again.
Yeah, but in the water.
Yeah. It was the big the boat, of course, of course. There were a lot of shows back in the 50s and 60s that featured comedians. There were a lot. They started them. 60s. I think everything on television was a show, pretty much. And they featured a lot of comedians. You know, if you look at Dick Van Dyke and, of course, what do we have? Your show of shows? Things like such.
Oh, you started it there.
I know, I did start that.
I dropped off.
I'm just wondering, you don't see much of that anymore. You see the single comedy. You don't really see a bunch of...
It's hard to explain.
Yeah, it is very hard to explain.
Yeah.
Which I just presented. The exact thing of how difficult that actually is to grasp and put into question form. Which, of course, again, didn't even come to fruition. Never came out as a question, Tim.
Let us pray.
Tim is impossible.
Tim's book, My Life as a Horrible Person, is now on... And there are book signings tomorrow.
Yes.
If you want to meet Tim Conway in Huntington, New York. That's exactly my point. If you want to subject yourself to this,
have fun.
Oh my God!
Like October 29th tomorrow in Huntington, New York, he'll be signing, and November 8th at Vroman's Bookstore in Pasadena, California, and November the 13th at the Barnes & Noble in L.A.
Will you be at the one in California?
I'll be at all three of them.
Yeah.
All three of them, just snapping photos and just watching people try to be friendly to you and seeing them walk away tear-stricken.
Well, I've never enjoyed a show as much as I have this one.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That is great.
So much. Thank you.
Definitely.
I was worried this was going to be a fluff interview.
No,
sir.
Not at all.
Tim
was
put a stop to that.
Right, exactly.
I know.
Bitingly funny.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Post-traumatic stress from an interview.
Really removes all those silly illusions. Remember those things we used to say, like, Cal Burnett, that must have been a fun show to work on? No, sir. You can bet that wasn't the truth.
Tim Conway, thanks so much for coming in. This has just been a pleasure.
Tim's book is called What's So Funny, and a comedy legend. And
I sense a wrap up here.
Oh, yeah. You were wrapping up. You just said...
No, I'm not going anywhere.
I wouldn't have ripped this off if I knew. I was just doing that to be theatrical.
The interview was going to end with an end stay out.
Oh, you're on TV too?
Yeah.
That's great.
Now, we're trying to get somebody a little friendlier coming up next. So Jake LaMotta, right after...
Well, we do have to take a break. So
yes, we
and you should.
We should have.
Nick Offerman is
permanent
coming in. Do you remember this picture, Tim? I took a picture. I want to see if you remember this photo.
Yes.
We
he hasn't shown it to him yet.
Yes, it was a photo of myself and you. And do you remember I said to you, I walked up and it was Carol, Vicky, and you, and I said, I love your show, and you said thanks.
Oh, wow. Last nice thing.
Picture, man.
That's me.
You're kidding.
I'm much thinner now.
I can see that. What have you been sick or what? Oh, that's Vicky. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Of course, he's going to want you to sign that.
That can't be you.
It is me.
Did you go on a diet or something?
I did. I've been just doing a lot of working out and stuff.
Eating better.
Eating better. Going to the gym and eating better.
Going to the gym.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any?
You look a little thinner yourself. I'll be honest with you. We're having a nice moment. I'm gonna share in a nice moment with Tim Conway.
Watch how this goes.
Good luck with that.
It's gonna get ugly very fast.
Well, I, unlike you, have about a week left. So.
Oh, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, God
Stop
forbid.
it. That's
God
more than we
forbid.
were hoping for.
That's all right. Let's say thanks to Tim Conway, everyone.
The great Tim Conway.
Thanks. Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec next.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Holy shit.
That
was amazing.
Sweating after that. We were talking about it the whole break with everybody, and
Tim Conway was amazing.
That was so much fun. Just
dude,
he was hilarious. That the way he was undermining everything we were trying to do.
I just started looking down, praying that he didn't notice me.
Don't call on me. Don't call on me.
I felt like I was back in school.
That's what it felt like.
At one point, I just started looking down. I'm like, I don't want any part of this.
Oh, really?
Don't call
fuck
on
yeah.
me.
In a good way. I was like, oh God.
And then you get halfway through like your question or whatever it is, and then in your head you realize, oh no, I'm not doing this. I'm failing miserably.
Oh, that was unbelievable.
It was very funny.
Yeah,
it was very funny.
He's almost 80 years. He'll be 80 in December.
And he's just knocking. And the funny
sharp
thing
as all hell.
But he knows the whole dynamic when an older gentleman comes in, like Jimmy mentions Gleason, and he goes, "Who?"
Right.
And your natural response is to be sympathetic and be, Jackie Gleason, and then you realize, oh, he's fucking with me.
Yes.
Of course he knows Jackie Gleason. That was good.
He was very enjoyable.
Oh, I love the abuse.
That was a lot of fun.
Brian said after the one question, he goes, "Okay, I know. Now I'm just not going to say anything."
Yeah, I think that really shook Brian to his core.
Nick Offerman's walking down the hall. Very busy with guests today.
Trying so hard to say something that he was going to.
Holy shit.
And then we were talking about how he was just throwing up brick walls. It's like, what?
At every turn.
Question, he's like, yeah. Boom, brick wall. And then you turn to try to get around it. Boom, another wall.
Which makes for great radio, but you really do want to have an interview with that guy because he's seen everything.
You have.
Like where he came from and how. Was he even a jockey?
Yeah, that I think he was telling the truth about.
But we're not sure.
Not absolutely sure.
I'm not absolutely sure he was actually a jockey.
Read his book.
He's probably somewhere right now laughing. Oh, they bought the jockey. Just because I'm a short guy, a short fella.
That was.
I don't know if that was true. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Bring Nick in or you're fired.
Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec.
Oh, I recognize him.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Nick.
How you doing, man?
Opie.
Take a seat.
Anthony, Jim Norton.
We do the immediately on the air thing.
Yeah.
So we're actually on the air. Don't worry about it. I don't want you to like rush or anything.
We just got beat up by Tim Conway.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
Tim Conway.
he just destroyed the entire room. He's not a nice guy.
No. He's a mean little prick.
Right.
He just gave me a rather baleful look in the men's room.
Did he? Yeah, he'll do that.
I gave him $1.
He was a mean little bastard he was. Wow. Kind of enjoyable, but it was kind of like, expecting Tim Conway from the Carol Burnett show and fucking Amon Gert showed up.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
That was rough.
Yeah.
But I'm sure his book is really good, so
But
we're not talking about his book anymore. So we're talking about...
there's not even a picture in his book.
No.
It's about his life, and there's not one picture.
Nick Offerman has a book. Very funny guy. Paddle Your Own Canoe. It's one man's fundamentals for delicious living. And what exactly is... Because we just got the book. What exactly is the push-up? Is it your life story, or is it...
Well, I've been touring a show as a humorist that details my 10 tips for prosperity. There are a number of things I want to say to the young people of our nation who I find to be insufferable often times. Just things like say please and thank you, put down your phone, carry a handkerchief, use intoxicants, for crying out loud. And some friends of mine began to say, I like your point of view in your show. It sounds like it's coming from your book. And I said, there's a whole bunch of stuff I didn't have time for in my stage show, so I pitched around a book. And so it's, it's entertaining, it's funny, it's a bunch of stories from my life about what a jackass I am and how I've managed to do okay despite that. There's some allusions to Parks and Rec and my character. Mm-hmm. There's a chapter on eating red meat or how to grow manly whiskers, things like that.
Okay. Are you a Second City guy?
No, I come from straight theater. I knew
There's
Amy.
no such thing.
quote unquote.
Yeah, quote unquote.
Forgive me, legit theater.
All right, that's different, sir.
Straight theater with two guys somewhere in the Midwest.
There were 7 of us. But I knew them. I knew Amy Poehler in the early 90s in Chicago, but I was at Steppenwolf, and I had my own theater company called the Defiant Theater, and we were doing, Sam Shepard plays and Shakespeare. We'd do a Shakespeare play, but we'd do Hamlet, but Claudius would be like a cocaine king, and it would be full of Ice-T and NWA songs. So I come from theater, and then only in my 30s did I start working at the Upright Citizens Brigade, because I realized if you come from quote-unquote straight theater, people think you should be in drama, and they don't think you're funny because you didn't go to comedy school. Yeah. And so I said, well, I better go over to the comedy school and start smoking on the playground with those kids.
Right on.
Sam Shepard was his... I just, by the way... fucking went to open up a pen and click
the wrong way.
I clicked the pointy end. I feel like I've been shot.
Hate that.
The Sam Shepard, did he do a play where he played with the woman's name is May? Oh fuck!
Something about May. There was a May. There was a woman named May.
I'm only thinking because
something about May. Yeah, he masturbated onto his face.
Oh yes, every month, but that one. No, it was. It was the worst thing I ever did. Was a scene in acting class from. I think it was a Sam Shepard play.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Why did they pick that one?
I don't know. I was just me. I was terrible. What are the names of some of his plays?
Oh, Buried Child, Fool for Love.
I was Fool for Love. Michelle Pfeiffer did the movie, right?
That sounds right.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I did a scene out of Fool for Love. It was brutal.
The only thing I know about Sam Shepard is he was in The Right Stuff.
He certainly was. He's a great actor.
He was a great actor in that. That was great. He was the Chuck Yeager character.
He was. Yeah, he's in a great movie coming out. A buddy of mine wrote August Osage County. He plays a great role in that. It was a Pulitzer Prize winning play a few years ago here in town.
He's what you call stoic.
Yes.
Yeah. What does that mean?
With a granite visage.
Yes. Okay. All right. I got some words to look up when I get home.
You see,
old saddle face.
Old saddle face,
which is something I aspire to. I hope to be around that long.
I gotta ask you about Parks and Rec. It's on hiatus. What's that about?
Well, that's a bit of an embellishment by the muckrakers over at the Huffington Post.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
And NBC, is trying to figure out who to put in the game and strategize how to get ahead here one of these days. And so they put us on the bench for like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
It's really it's something that they do all the time, where they're like, you know what, let's try and up this show's numbers by putting the voice in front of it, kind of thing. And so we just sat down for a minute, but
all right, that's way different.
Not going anywhere.
It is, yeah. I think we're going to get to finish the season.
Is that show completely scripted, or is it? Because Amy's a brilliant improver. I've seen her work, and she's one of the greatest I've ever seen.
She's like a crazy comedy machine. You put a quarter in her, and she'll crank out a 7-part series.
Right. Like harassment.
It's unbelievable.
The quarter in her. It's terrible.
I kind of liked it.
Right.
A 50-cent piece, excuse me.
Right.
It is entirely scripted. Our writers, a room of writers led by Mike Schur, who comes from SNL and then The Office. They're brilliant, so we never need to make up a thing. But because we have people like Amy, we can shoot the incredible script and then say, okay, now what do you got? And then we screw around and find some other gold.
And how much of that stuff makes the show?
Probably, I'd say 3 or 4 moments a show, you know.
Right.
You shoot a scene where it comes around to me and I have a punchline like, please don't touch my axe. And then on take 5 through 7, I'll say, please don't touch my firewood implement, or whatever the BS is. And once in a while, it's funny. With the others, quite frequently, it's funny. And sometimes they keep it in the show.
Nice. What is your play about, or your stage show?
It's something I've often aspired to do, is play the guitar and entertain people where they let me finish. And, I never even remotely came close to it, but then I realized if I can get them laughing, they don't care how terrible my guitar playing is. So it's a bunch of funny songs with all these anecdotes of, you know, here's a story about me being a complete idiot when I was a teenager. Interspersed, sort of dovetailed in with these lessons of, you know, say please and thank you, don't look in the mirror. That's a big one.
Don't look in the mirror.
Avoid the mirror. Yeah, that's the key to a great self-image.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you'll kind of be down on
all
yourself.
Of the channels, all the commercials keep telling me I should look like Keira Knightley, and I feel good about that inside, and I mince about the sidewalk, feeling beautiful. And it works well unless I look in the mirror and see, oh, Jesus.
Makes sense.
This is not.
No, you're not looking
this
very
is not
nice.
cutting it.
No.
Although you're one of the few guys that really makes a mustache work in this day and age. I mean, it really it works for you. I can't.
How long have you had the mustache?
Well, I'm a character actor, so it's one of the tools in my box. I love to pull it out when I'm playing a cop or a thug or whatnot. I guess I've had a pretty full, you know, set of facial bracken since I was about 20 or 19, but I don't go for one look, so I'm looking forward when my show's over to
just shave it off,
put it away for a while.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
Do you get sick of it?
I don't mind it. Usually, I've never been on a series like this before, so usually I look really different every 3 months, and that's fun. It's like a Lon Chaney lifestyle. Who are you? You know, I like to be unrecognizable.
I found a way to do that in 20 years of stand-up.
But now it's I'm ready to have the disguise of my clean-shaven face.
What do you mean, Lon Chaney? Did he switch up the way his look all the time?
Yeah, well, he was the guy who played sort of every different monster, and he was an early film makeup genius. He used to when he had to make his eyes look blind, he would cut out that filament from a hard-boiled egg between the egg and the shell.
Oh, shit.
And lay a piece of that in over his eye, which I've tried.
That's committing.
Wow.
It's quite difficult.
I would gather.
You actually tried that?
I did, because I was broke. And I said, well, Lon Chaney did this. And I talked to a guy whose dad did makeup with Lon Chaney years later, and he was like, oh, well, there's a whole bunch of other shit you got to do to it. So
you can't just lay
stick it in your eye.
Yeah.
You soak it in vinegar and, you know.
Got to fog it up, I guess, or something. Ungoop it.
But doesn't it come apart, or how do you take it out? Like a lens is solid, contact lens is solid.
It's the taking it out. I couldn't answer because I never quite got it in, but it's like a fabric. It's like that filamenty skin that pulls out from the inside of the shell.
And he thought to put that on his eyes to look blind. It's pretty smart.
Yeah.
It's amazing now. It's just so easy to do. They just throw a contact lens in you and fucking you're done.
Yeah. Which is what I ended up having to do. I was like, no, that was a day of pain. How much are those white contact lenses?
Why'd you want to look blind?
It was for a film, an independent film that didn't have any budget, and I was like, oh, I'll take care of the blind.
Yeah,
eye.
I got the blind stuff, so don't worry about it.
I got it, guys.
I'm on it. Got some eggs.
Pacino did a good job of looking blind in Scent of a Woman. Like there was something about it. Didn't look like it. Just looked like he was kind of not seeing anybody. And I'm like, what a talent that is to.
Yeah, some people can't pull that off, and they're
But
playing
it sounds
blind people.
stupid and simple. But to be able to look at somebody but not see them and look like you're not seeing them is pretty fucking impressive.
Especially when you have to act with somebody.
Yeah.
That would be a little.
That's the thing
hard
is,
to do.
if you in the case of Al Pacino, you can be good at acting. I unfortunately had to try and stick an egg in my face to pull it off.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Is it hard to go from because this format of Parks and Rec is, again, it's a different feel. It feels like a documentary style comedy, and then to kind of go back to straight comedy after that, or what's more traditional, probably isn't as fun.
It's different. I mean, I come from the stage, and my wife and I did a play this year, which we're actually bringing to New York next year, called Annapurna, which is it's really a lot of fun. It's a comedy, but then it gets really dramatic. It's a really great piece of writing, and that's our first love. And I guess in the theater, you do what's ever in the season. So maybe you're doing like The Death of a Salesman, and then you turn around and do some wacky. You can go do the Book of Mormon or something. And so it's kind of fun to switch up disciplines. We do get spoiled on my show because of the documentary style and everything's handheld. We don't have a lot of marks like you do in a film, and you can basically be sloppier and lazier. And so then you go back and work on a film, and they're like, no, Nick, we need you to please do the same thing every time. And you're like, oh, yeah, I forgot. They let me do whatever I want over at our hilarious Chuckle Fest.
Yeah, but it's got to be nice just to fucking
It's got to be freeing.
Yeah, being on the mark sucks.
It is many scenes. Like if we were shooting this right now, they'd be shooting through the windows, so there'd be no cameras in here. And so you become much more relaxed and natural, and I never do this unless I'm relaxed.
The worst, though, is when you think you're doing it right, and they're like, all right, we got to stop because you're in the wrong place.
Oh, no. What do you think? Like, oh, man, I'm brilliant here. This is great. One of my best performances.
This is the one.
Yeah, that ain't going to work. It's like, oh, I have no sense. I have no sense of what works or doesn't work.
Do you get scared when you act at all? I get nervous.
I don't. My first gig was as an altar boy at the Catholic Church in my hometown. Which I believe is on page 29. And that was when I learned, I started, you have these glass containers called cruets. One has water and one has wine. And the priest mixes them as part of the ceremony, and he somehow magically turns it into the blood of Jesus, and then he drinks it. And invariably, I served under several priests, and they all really humorously, it's like a Mel Brooks scene. Take the wine and then go glug, 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 glug. There you go. And then take the water and go bloop. You're like, all right, that's an equal mixture.
That's all you need.
And I started reviewing the wine with facial expressions for the crowd. So I'd be standing there and I'd take a whiff of the wine and kind of shake my head and make a frowny face. Or sometimes I'd say, pleasing bouquet, tinged with just a hint of regret. And my dad took me aside and was like, this is not the place to entertain the audience. This is the congregation. But I said, oh, okay, then I guess I need to find a place where people enjoy my mugging.
More than church, yeah.
No issues at church?
Yeah, I know. As soon as you're altar boy, you gotta ask.
It's amazing. You automatically think it's.
No, it's true. I escaped unscathed. We had a good bunch of guys, but it was always really scary to hear all the stories.
Oof. I never hear any stories from anybody in real life, so I'm assuming a lot of people are lying. That's what I assume. It's like, anything happen to you? No, No, we had a great and meanwhile, like, as he's saying that, in his head is just this horror movie is playing.
House of Horrors.
Yes, that House of Horrors.
Go back to the House of Horrors
playing in his mind.
I'm perfectly well adjusted. I love my Cub Scouts.
Are you Are you willing to take a lie detector test?
Well, we gotta,
Yeah, nothing happened. The fact that I wake up screaming every night has nothing to do with that.
Right. A lot of people get night terrors.
A lot of people finger their dogs. Leave me alone.
It could happen.
You a married man, are you?
I am. I'm happily married. I've been with my wife for 14 years. The great Megan Mullally.
Did you say wife of 14 years?
Yes, we've been together for 14. We just had our 10th anniversary.
Oh. I was
dating for 4.
Yeah.
I was making an underage girl joke.
Oh,
my wife of 14 years.
Yeah.
Just didn't really go over.
She's terrific.
Like, yeah.
You put a quarter in her.
That quarter is very handy with women. And she's in theater with you.
Great.
I assume,
Yeah, she's done Broadway shows. She was in Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein, which is one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Who was she in that?
The Madeline Kahn part, Elizabeth.
Madeline Kahn part.
I thought he meant in the movie.
Yeah.
No, the musical. They did a Broadway musical, yeah.
I was going to go,
wow, you're older. You were married to Madeline Kahn? What happened?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
No. And she does a little Parks and Rec, a little bit.
She does, yeah. She works on my show. She does.
As your ex?
She does all kinds of stuff. She has an amazing new band called Nancy and Beth. We were just analyzing it last night because it's they do old-fashioned, like, kick-ass blues and rock songs that are a little more obscure, but they add the production value of, like, a Beyonce show. So she and her friend Stephanie Hunt, they do all this super sexy, intense choreography. Well, it's like an old Tina Turner kind of show. And it's just something nobody does anymore. Right. Like, we've all become so lazy that we sit on a stool and play a mandolin or, like, let me sing to you about coffee.
You appreciate me.
But yeah, they're called Nancy and Beth. They're super a lot of fun. And I guest for them a lot. I perform a couple different rap songs for them.
Really?
We do Hits from the Bong and Smell Yo Dick by Risque.
Uh-huh.
So there's some mirth.
That one.
Is that a real song?
There's some mirth in the show.
Oh, that's a real song.
It is. Smell Yo Dick. It's incredible.
Yeah, I've heard it before, sure. Yeah, Sam's played it.
What do you think of the passing of Lou Reed? Everyone's talking about Lou Reed today.
Well, I doffed my cap. I mean, I'm also a really big fan of a very close friend of his, Laurie Anderson. And
you're a big fan.
Oh God, yeah.
Hold on, okay.
She was a weirdo.
Hold on, though.
Is a weirdo.
We started our show because they married in 2008. I did not know that, and then we played Oh Superman because that's the only thing we know.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you a big fan? We don't get it. She's a performance artist, obviously.
She is, yeah.
But explain Laurie Anderson to us.
Well, to me, I mean, she's off the charts smart, and so I feel daunted trying to like explain Stephen Hawking to me.
Yeah.
But she.
But what makes her so brilliant?
Well, you put a quarter in her.
She is a storyteller who takes her stories and performs them in a really innovative way. She also plays the violin. So I used to see her live in the 80s and 90s, and she just puts on really trippy, cool shows using sound and visual. And so they're like these little theater pieces, just rife with great ideas. So she's a progressive thinker. You know, she does an amazing job of making fun of society. I mean, in Oh Superman, there's that bit about, hello, this is your mom. And she takes sort of hilarious human dogma and points it back up to us to make us laugh at ourselves. But her shows were the greatest. I mean, if you like Pink Floyd The Wall or any kind of like intense visual kick-ass rock show, it was a sort of like that at a library. I'm a huge fan of hers, and that made I love Lou Reed as well. And then when they hooked up, I was like, fantastic.
Wow. There you go.
Please run our country.
We got our answer finally.
Yeah,
that's how we started the show.
I don't know. I'm still too shallow to appreciate it.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. I'm sure.
You know what sounds good to me? Swedish supergroup ABBA.
They also have their place in the Pantheon.
Exactly.
She's also really funny, and Maybe, I don't know.
Didn't come across in that Superman video.
Well, the Superman thing is weird because when 9/11 happened, that song resurfaced because it had all of these prescient lines of "Here come the planes," they're American planes.
Oh, so you got some conspiracy theorists going, "Look at this."
I think that the Bush administration may have been Laurie Anderson fans as well.
Oh, so they listened to it and then perpetrated that.
Or at least the Velvet Underground.
So Jesse Ventura could then explain it to everybody. All right.
Apparently, W loved to crank up Sweet Jane when he was going on a night mission.
When he was partying?
Over Tuscaloosa.
You got a very unique voice, I'm hearing Christian Bale from American Psycho.
Really?
And then to go really obscure, Dave Rabbit, the Vietnam job.
Look what I wrote down.
Whoa. What?
I wrote down Dave Rabbit.
Dave Rabbit?
Because I was going to point out that Nick sounded like him, and I didn't want to forget.
Dave Rabbit.
Exactly.
There's some Vietnam tapes of this guy that used to just, be a DJ over there during the shit. And, I don't know, they became quite popular on our show. You sound exactly like him. And a little Christian Bale, no? From American Psycho, or is that a stretch?
No, I wasn't really picking that up.
I've actually heard that a lot, which is...
American Psycho?
Okay. It is.
All right, thank you.
It's a very funny... And I don't... It's such a funny thing, like, you sound exactly like American Psycho.
Yeah, you know what? That's not... You're right.
You sound like a rapist. I hear also, and I'm not super familiar with, I guess, their normal speaking voices, but drivers often say, when they don't see me, they say, if I didn't know it was you, I would swear I had Charlie Sheen in the back of my car.
Oh, yeah, there is a Charlie Sheen thing.
And also, sometimes Nicolas Cage.
Yes, I hear a little Nicolas Cage. We had him.
Well, Jimmy would know. Jimmy sat down on a flight with Nicolas Cage and had a little conversation with him.
Let's hear about that.
Well, could you once in a 6-hour period go, huh? That's all I need from you.
He wasn't very talkative with Jimmy, and Jimmy wanted to be talkative with him, and it was embarrassing.
Oh, you want to hear Dave Rabbit, who we really think you sound like?
Sure, please.
All right, E-Rock.
Sorry about that yelling and screaming, but Pete and I are on a trip, and we thought we'd have to get in on that song.
Wow.
Here's one done
He's got a glottal fry going on.
The Three Dog Night. It's called Mama Told Me Not to Come. Now, you can take this two ways. As a title, or your girlfriend's name is Mama.
I like it.
He passed recently.
Yeah, he just died.
Yeah.
Those were all like
just amazing.
What, he hijacked the signal and fucking broadcast, right?
Oh, yeah, it was all illegal broadcast. And there's not much, if anyone else has audio of that guy, I would love to hear it. We only got, one show or something of the guy.
There's definitely something that he had a little more of that gritty, grainy, gravelly thing.
He had that good Vietnam shit.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like he's talking while he's still holding in a hit. That's some good fucking.
Well, that's what those guys
shit.
would do, though. They would do the hit and then just start talking without. Exhale as they went.
Yeah.
That was back when, if during this radio interview, we would have tons of Marlboro Reds and joints in this room.
Oh, yeah.
And not think twice about it.
Not even.
Now we only have 3.
I love watching old movies like that, too. I was watching something, an episode of Columbo or something, and I love that dumb show. And they had a scene inside an airplane, and there's just people smoking and people just walking through the gates into the plane with not an ounce of security.
Oh, it's crazy.
You kind of remember that shit, though.
I love the notion. The first major commercial flight I took, I went from my farm town in Illinois to the University of Illinois, and ended up in this kabuki theater play, which we were suddenly going to take to Japan. So that was my first big flight, was nonstop Chicago to Tokyo.
Okay.
And it was 1991, we were like 21 years old, and we get on this huge jumbo jet, and just behind row 17 was the smoking section. In hindsight, it's so idiotic. You're in a huge soup can, and they're like, everybody below one-third can smoke.
Unless they've invented the force field, you are not going to be in
16, please don't smoke.
Like the dumb restaurants with their non-smoking areas. What the hell?
Yeah. Did it stink the whole flight?
It was horrible. Yeah, of course.
I never flew on a smoking flight.
Come on, Jimmy.
Never in my life. I took one trip to Seattle in like 1990.
When did the smoking stop, though?
I don't know. It was a continental flight.
International flights. It stopped later.
Japan Airlines was one of the last. If you took Japan Airlines, that was one of the last ones to stop it.
Oh yeah, they love smoking. Japanese people, you sit at a blackjack table in Atlantic City. With Japanese people, you can't even see the cards. It's you're encased in smoke.
Jimmy might be right. I just assumed I was on a flight where they were smoking.
Never remember.
No, I don't think. All right. Sporting events, of course. Holy shit! And concerts, my God.
I remember I was like 12 years old. I'm on a plane going to L.A. and just smoke everywhere. It's how they allowed people to just have little flaming objects in the plane.
Yeah.
It just seems so odd now that for safety reasons.
In a vehicle that's carrying a huge amount of oxygen.
Oxygen and fuel and and there you everyone have a lighter, light up.
And they're worried about our dumb cell phones.
Our cell phones are,
right.
Shit like that.
Please remove your shoes.
Yeah, he used to smoke.
Turn your cell phones off. What? You know what we used to do up here? We used to have fire in our seats.
Crazy.
Right.
We were pinching stewardesses' asses, and
it's all nonsense.
Not at 12.
Well, I say good luck with the book, Nick. Have we sold it properly? I don't even know.
It's called Paddle Your Own Canoe, and it's Nick Offerman, and it's got some true stories in there and some life advice.
And some humorous illustrations by a very funny guy named Mike Mitchell, including some illustrations of me performing breakdance moves. Also, some acceptable and unacceptable versions of facial hair.
I'm right on that page. Look at that.
Including when I first met Harry Connick Jr. when he was working on Will and Grace, I had a goatee. Very funny, hilarious, talented guy. And I met him, hi, this is Nick. Hey, how you doing? And he pulled me in with the handshake and said, where I come from, we call that a prison pussy. And I said, I think you and I are going to get along.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, he is so funny.
Oh, the douchebag. I think you got this down. I'm looking at the illustration.
The douchebag.
The douchebag, the nut smudge.
Yeah. The joke. I think you figured out the facial hair.
Are you doing your signings?
I am, yeah. I had a big signing at Union Square at the Barnes & Noble, and it's weird. It's a whole new medium, the book.
The book.
Turns out, yeah.
This stuff, they're putting it out on paper now. It's amazing.
And it's rather permanent. Like, it's funny because you tell jokes, you tell stories, and there's something ephemeral to it. Like, nowadays it exists forever on the internet, but it's you listen to it and it's gone. But when it's written on paper in the library, people take it seriously in a different way, or maybe you get a different breed of nerd in the line, and I say nerd lovingly, counting myself amongst their number, but they're like, I've memorized your book, and there's a few things I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh boy,
out behind the building, and you're like, well, hang on, I'll be right there.
That's
the creepy ones.
Right before the bullet enters your side.
That's right.
Yeah, well, way to end it on a fun note.
No problem.
Nick signing is going to be like the fucking end of talk radio. Enjoy my book, you're dead, fucker. Do you have any signings coming up? So I was going to plug them, but we don't have them in front of us. That's why and it's Nick Offerman on Twitter, Nick_Offerman.
I do have I have events coming up in Toronto and Vancouver, November 2nd and 3rd. And I have my touring American Ham show. The only hard ticket show is at the Dallas House of Blues, November 16th or so. The night before Meat Fight.
Oh, Meat Fight.
That's right. My brother and I are judging an event in Dallas called Meat Fight, which raises money for multiple sclerosis.
It's hard to say. Yeah.
We just say MS.
MS
makes it easier.
And where can people go to get your signings?
Wait, we got to ask about Meat Fight.
Oh, yeah,
what happens at that event?
4 barbecue pitmasters come together and gird their loins, literally. They gird and smoke their loins and feed them to me. And I reward one of them with a nod of approval.
See, I was assuming something violent. Meat Fight.
See, I was assuming something really fun between two gentlemen. We all came to different conclusions about it.
I haven't gotten a lot of details, so it could be a penis slapping
sure
facial situation.
All right. That's fun, too.
whatever it is, we'll be raising a good amount of money for MS research.
Absolutely. It's not gay if it's for charity.
Whatever it takes.
Let's get the shirts made.
You can find out about anything you want with my book or my tour at my website, OffermanWoodshop.com. I built that canoe that's on the cover.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's real, right?
Yeah.
The wood thing?
Yeah, I make furniture and boats and stuff.
Oh, you do?
Manly guy.
How much you charge to do I'm trying to get a nice, a small little TV stand made, but it's extremely expensive to get done.
It is.
Why do you have it made?
Because they don't have the size I need. I need a very narrow one because of the way my living room is.
Custom made.
Custom made. I needed custom.
Come on, Nick. You could do it for him.
There's a guy in town, actually, my friend Jimmy DiResta, who you probably know John DiResta.
I know John. I was just talking about him. He's a comedian. He lives in L.A. now, yeah.
Really funny guy. His brother Jimmy is on the Lower East Side, and he's an incredible fabricator of things.
Ooh.
And he makes furniture. He can make you anything out of any material.
Do you have dado blades?
We have dado blades, yeah.
Yeah, you cut yourself a dovetail joint.
Yeah, that's right.
That's nice. Like that.
That's good.
It's a manly guy right there.
I like the way you talk.
I like that.
Do you sell the canoes?
We've sold one canoe on commission. I've made two, one for myself and one for JimmyDiResta.com. And they're expensive. Like, you can't make canoes for a profit. They take months to make. There's a lot of pieces, and there's no straight lines.
Get other people to do that stuff and just say, look, I made this.
Well, we do. No, we
get
have
a sweatshop.
I've got a shop full of woodworkers, but unfortunately, it's good-hearted, and we're trying to make these youngsters a living. So
these are amazing too. These canoes like this because it literally looks like furniture. Floating.
It's beautiful.
The sides are so nice and shiny.
At first, it gets really hard. Like, you don't want to take it out.
You don't even want to take it out.
You're like, well,
it's like putting a wonderful dresser in the water. Just
I should have built a Corvette.
Kicking a coffee table into the water.
Don't want to bang this up.
Yeah. A lot of sanding. A lot of wet sanding with that.
I eschew the wet sanding
really?
As much as possible.
Yeah?
It's a great finishing technique, but it's like a super high-end, refined museum quality.
Yes.
And I try to have all the stuff I make be of a more rustic, natural, like it'll fit into a modern home, but it'll also fit into Paul Bunyan's
So what do you
lodge.
just use a rasp?
I spit on it.
Finish it with a rasp.
I sand up to about 150, 180, but
ooh, yeah, that's some fine grit.
220 is as high as I like to go.
As high as you go.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I'm going to call Jimmy DiResta and say Nick Offerman said you could hook me up with a nice little unit. He said wouldn't run me more than $600.
He'll say, "Hey, I'm from Long Island. Hey, I'm sure he didn't give you a quote." He isn't much faster than I am. He's incredible. He's somebody who's kind of a hero to me. You can be like, hey, can you make me these headphones out of glass or steel or yarn? And be like, yeah, I'll give them to you next Wednesday.
You know what? Because the quotes I've gotten, it's a very specific thing. It's not too complicated. It's pretty simple what I want.
Yeah.
But it's just I need a certain size, and that's what's hard to find. You got to go custom. Sure. And the quotes are astronomical, and it's just not worth it.
Wow.
It's a tough thing. I mean, there's a resurgence of artisanal handcrafting in our country, which I'm a big fan of, because in our communities, if we can all begin making our own stuff again, you make leather belts and boots. I'll grow a garden. You knit dresses.
Oh, I have to do that.
I'll wear them in the garden.
I'll spank you with my belt.
We'll get together and have a meat fight.
That sounds great.
But it's a Jeffersonian thing. If a community can support itself, then we can tell China to go suck it at some point.
That would be nice.
Would be nice. That's all I'm saying.
We're being held as their little puppets these days.
They own a lot of our country.
Well, I know.
That's
kind of
catch.
awkward.
Would be nice to have that not
That is
happening.
the catch.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to tell them to go fuck themselves.
Well, once we all start cobbling our own shoes,
we'll get to that point.
Opie has a good point. It literally is tough to tell them to go fuck themselves. What is Chinese for go fuck yourself?
You got to learn Mandarin first.
Yeah, you got to learn Mandarin. No? I thought that was kind of funny, Jimmy.
I'm just weighing the options. It's not a bad point, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
All right, let's get Nick out of here. Nick
let's us get out of here.
Yeah,
oh, my God. We're missing Sam's show.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we went late for Nick Offerman. That means it went well.
Yes.
And we're relieved that Tim Conway's gone.
Yes.
I was much more gentle.
Yes,
and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Out of the two, I would assume you would be the meanie, not Tim Conway.
Yeah. Tim's a rotten little man.
And Parks and Rec, of course, coming back. That hiatus thing was just short-lived, a couple weeks.
That's BS.
That's very good news.
Yeah.
And do we have anybody to? Nick had. I forgot to mention that I'll be at the Beacon this Friday with Dice. So tickets, go to Ticketmaster if you want to see me and Dice, and don't if you don't. And who do we have tomorrow? Anybody?
We'll
Who's
figure it
coming
out
in tomorrow? You know?
We don't know until we get here.
I know. I never know.
We'll figure it out tomorrow. All right. Nick Offerman, pleasure meeting you, sir.
Thank you,
Come
gentlemen.
back and see us, all right?
Yeah, great to meet you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Here comes the light of the day, light of the day.
We didn't get to see you and Harvey because the tickets were sold out and we couldn't get tickets.
And
They wouldn't comp us. So
we could see your show anytime.
Plenty of seats.